Hi,
Welcome to the Bob and Tam Show. Ba-ding.
we're live.
We'll wait for a couple people. This is a little different. I didn't have it pre-scheduled. I just kind of told all of you that we were going to go live tonight. So we'll see if anybody wants to come on and join the party tonight.
Oh, yes,
So tonight
I
we're
got
going
my
to
phone.
be talking about a few things, tell you a little bit about what's going on here at BikeFest in Lake of the Ozarks. We're going to talk a little bit about BBB, which is what's down in Arkansas, a bike rally. We're not really going to use the word Fayetteville anymore. We're going to call it Eureka Spring. So that way we kind of know what's going on and what's happening and all that kind of good stuff. So it looks like it's probably just you're registered not
I'm
signing.
not.
We do have somebody on. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi there. How are you?
So somebody's came online.
Yep. So are you on Facebook or are you on YouTube? Oh, now there's two. How about that? I
So
can't. It won't show me live. I don't know why.
what you have to do is type in Bob and Tam's Excellent Adventures.
It's right there.
You're on the YouTube right there.
Oh,
That's
all right.
us. It's Facebook.
All right. Now I can see the comments.
Uh,
Nobody's on now.
yeah.
It must all be YouTube.
All
Hello,
right.
Papa
So,
Drew's.
yep.
Hi, Papa Drew.
Yep. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about what's going on here at Lake of the Ozarks. It's Bike Fest time. It's going to start up tomorrow at Wednesday at the dealership at 2 p.m. The vendors will all be open. We'll be there to get the festivities of everything first starting up. We've got a lot of bands planned, a lot of activities going on there. So that's one of the exciting things. Downtown, actually, we call it the what?
He says, look behind you. Because he says, may the force be with you. He says, look behind you.
Yeah, we know there's a
A
pinball
Star
machine
Wars
behind us.
pinball. Well, I didn't know it was Star Wars. I knew it was a pinball machine.
All right. So we're being sponsored by Star Wars. And so we're in a bar. The bar we were planning on being in tonight is closed, which is really crazy down here. There's a lot of places that don't open until Wednesday, and I can understand that because this is Lake City, people come boating, that kind of thing. But there's a bunch of these
They're open
places
on Monday, but
that
not
we,
Tuesday.
not everybody, but we noticed that a couple of places we've stopped at today said we were open Monday, but we're closed on Tuesday.
Well, I
I'm
guess
like,
if somebody takes a long weekend and they come out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then they go home. I don't know.
I don't know.
People take off Friday for a long weekend. I don't know why
I
they
have
would
no
take
idea.
off.
No idea. No idea. No idea. So today we're going to talk about Papa Drew's going nuts for us.
Yeah, thank you, Papa Drew. Oh, we got 24 on. How about that?
So Papa Drew, somebody that we met, he's actually an RVer. You got that schoolie going yet? Did you get that all fixed up? And I know you were working on that. If anybody knows what a schoolie is, a lot of people take school buses. Could be a school bus, could be a Greyhound bus, could be anything. I actually joined a couple Facebook pages on schoolies.
They're kind of cool.
Not saying I'll ever own one. Never know. Might get a like an old Greyhound bus. That'd be kind of neat to fix up. I don't.
Russell?
School bus is a little rough riding for me. So I remember riding. It was too much back then. I was just a young guy. So we're not talking about schoolies today. We are talking about Lake of the Ozarks. We're here for the Bike Fest. Things started
He's got this
happening.
floor in.
What happened?
He's got his floor in. Papa Drew
Oh, okay.
does.
And so we're going to talk a little bit about Lake of the Ozarks. What's going on here? The dealership, the Harley dealership, which is Lake of the Ozarks Harley dealership.
Yep.
Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Actually, she didn't get to talk to the owner, but found out that he's like 72 years old. He's owned it for how many years?
Since 90, I want to say 98, something like that. So he's had it for quite a
And
while.
he's got a really successful dealership there.
They just merged the two they had.
So just bought some parts from them. So I'm not quite sure how good a dealership they are yet. We haven't actually talked to too many locals here yet. Met a few subscribers already. I was kind of worried the first day we were here. We didn't see nobody. Nobody said nothing to us. Well, today we had 3 or 4 come up to us. Tam forgot pictures on some of them.
On one.
And met some new people that are going to start following us, and that's great. But bikes are already rolling in here, so it's kind of neat that we actually had a bike right in front of us here that had a backpack on there, and it was a husband and a wife, and I don't know if they're staying in a motel or if they're camping or not. There's a state park or city park. I don't know what it was.
State park, I think.
That was right down the street here, which we didn't go in there and check it out. Maybe we'll see before we leave. But we want to talk a little bit about what's going on here. So starting tomorrow at 2 p.m., the Harley dealer will be open with their vendors. They've got about 34, 35 vendors. It's going to be on the lot. So it's pretty good.
Dixie from Blood Flag is going to be there.
Yep. We'll be talking to Dixie first
We
thing
saw
in the
her
morning.
too.
Yep. And so those that are Dixie fans, she'll be coming online and letting us know what's going on there. Getting a shout out. She's not going to be cleaning any bikes probably. She got a couple girls that might be interested, so kind of depends. They might try to get a.
I don't think they have an area big enough.
I think they're thinking about maybe. So the other thing that goes on here is down by the dam. They call it the dam strip, and the dam is blocked off. You can't go across the dam. But if you're on the Harley Davidson side, you are on the right side of the dam. If you're on the other side of the dam, you just have to get on the highway and come around. It's not. Some people are telling me it'd be a real catastrophe. No, it's not. From the Harley dealer here, it's probably just as far to go to the dam. And depending on where you're standing on the other side, you just got to get on the highway. And the roads are kind of, if you've never been here before, the roads are a little weird. They have this 54 business that wants to keep taking you out onto the main road.
54.
Looks like maybe these roads weren't originally designed. And then all of a sudden they thought, hey, let's add another 10 miles to it. Well, actually, go to the Harley dealer, it just stops.
There's no more road. At the Harley dealer, it's just.
And so the demo truck's going to be there.
Yep,
so that's pretty neat. We got to see all the bikes out there. They got the Sportster S, if you want to ride that, or the Pan America. They got that bike out there and a whole bunch of other bikes. So that's pretty neat. We also seen the Indian dealer is going to be here. They're over at a boat shop here.
Arrowhead.
Yep. Arrowhead Boats. They got the truck's already out there. I filmed it, but it probably won't come up till Wednesday to show you. I don't know if I'll even shoot what I shot that day may not even come up. Because if we wait till tomorrow, we're going to show you all the stuff
that's already open.
Yeah. Instead of showing you stuff going up. So it's kind of neat. Downtown, not much going on yet. Down on the strip. That's what they call it. Right now, only thing down there is some bars.
We found the ice hole.
Yeah. Not a very big place. Once again, they don't open till Wednesday. So we won't really get to see till in there. But they got their own little private parking lot there for like 5 or 6 businesses. It's right there at the dam. So it's right as soon as you go into the parking area for bikes, to the right there's a side street, and you're going to turn down there. If you just type in ice hole bar, it'll take your GPS, Google will take you right to it.
It's not on the main drag on the strip. You got to turn.
It's like a shopping center. Yeah. What it looks like. It might have used to be a strip mall. Bars. And it's got a couple bars inside there, and a couple other places are in there. And
wants to know when we're going to be at the Harley dealer.
Definitely going to be there tomorrow by 2:00. We will be there between. If it's not raining. It looks really bad right now. They're predicting rain. I didn't look at the radar.
I think they just said it's supposed to rain tonight, and the weather's supposed to be great the rest of the time. It's number 3 weather, whatever it's called.
I don't know if it's on this phone or not. Nope, it ain't on this phone.
It's on this one.
It's on this phone. I can't do it. I got my other phone.
You got your
personal phone up. Yeah. Oh. So she's going to check the radar weather to see what the heck is going on. It looks really bad now, like it's going to storm any minute. No, if it rains tonight, that'd be great and be gone.
Get it over with.
They definitely said they need rain here. They're like a lot of other places that haven't had any rain. They're not like other places that's had so much rain they can't get over with. So
the dry weather's been following us. Yep. Thank goodness.
So we have an episode with the motorcycle that happened Monday that we're going to have a video come out about that. Somebody did something to my bike, and we're not going to talk about it tonight, but we will talk about it on a little short video that's maybe going to come out maybe tomorrow. We'll see how it all goes. I had to pick up one last part today to finish up putting it back together, so that'll come up tomorrow maybe, and hopefully it'll go. Any that's been watching the Patreon, you got to see the tractor American Farmers come out in Washington, Missouri, which is pretty neat. Not a real exciting video, but it's very moving and kind of patriotic. So I put some patriotic music behind it, and that'll be coming up. I don't know if almost too late tonight to throw it back up, but it may be up tomorrow. Might have a couple videos come up tomorrow, and so you guys can check those all out. So the strip down there is not going to open until Thursday. Now I don't know if there's any vendors going to be down there at all or not. We're going to be doing some more exploring tomorrow to see what else is popping up. We found the Indian dealer. They got a big giant tent there set up, which I'm not sure if it's an entertainment tent. I don't see any vendors there. We don't see any vendors down at the strip. Like I say, down at the strip, just a bunch of bars and restaurants. There's a Cajun restaurant. There's a mostly seafood stuff, oysters.
Which I think is kind of weird being in the Midwest, but yeah.
And I don't know, they're not catching it out here at the lake. That's for sure. There ain't no oysters
salmon
in there.
And lobster and
so
oysters.
A few bars down there, a lot of old shops. It's kind of, we used to be out here during the 80s, the early 90s. To me, it looks like it's kind of died down there. But some of the bars are
exactly the same.
Some of the bars are really nice that are down there. There's a couple of really nice bars that the one we just went in had frozen drinks.
Hurricanes.
What was the name of that place?
The Brick House.
Yeah, Brick
The Brick
Grill,
House.
Brick House Grill. I don't know, but they had Cajun food. If you want to go there, it's kind of like New Orleans. They had the frozen drinks like we see down in Bourbon Street. Kind of made sense. So we had a couple drinks. They're gonna have 2-story. They got a 2-story. A couple bars there have 2 stories. The one right next to it is Shuck and something.
Tucker's Tucker.
Yeah.
Or Tucker's Tucker.
Shucker's Taylor.
Does
I
it
don't know.
have?
But it's an oyster bar. And it really looks neat. It's got a really neat deck up on top. It looks like a great place if you get there early to hang out if you want to watch the bikes going up and down the street. Because all that area now is going to be closed off for bike parking and bikes only. So it'll be kind of neat to sit out there. And that's where we're going to try to do a live maybe Friday night there. We're not know. We don't know if we're going to do H-Toad or not. It's kind of another 7 more miles out. But there's supposed to be vendors out there too. That's what do they call that area?
Camden on the Lake.
Yeah. So they're supposed to be out there. There's also what's the other bars that are out there? One was something
Shady Gators, and then the H-Toad, and there was another gator, Lazy Gators. I don't know. I don't think there's any gators out here unless somebody put a whole bunch in. I don't know.
They got some weird names for bars out here. So nothing wrong with that. I don't know the name of the bar we're in now.
Wicked Willie's.
Oh, Wicked Willie's is where we're at tonight. This was kind of a neat looking bar, kind of quiet. But I mean, it's the calm before the storm. So we just kind of
we were going to go to Dog Days yeah. On mile marker 19.
And that's down on the water, and thought that'd be a great shot of getting some water behind us.
We pulled in, there's not a soul in the parking lot. So I don't think they're open.
Another one that closes on Tuesdays. So we'll leave it at that. So we're going to hang out here for a little while, and then we're going to eat their food, and we'll see what. Been a great place. If you watch that quick live today, they call that a short live? Shorts, they call that. And we just wanted to do one of those real quick to let everybody know that we were going to go live tonight, which apparently
45.
Well, somebody put out, we got 2 sad faces up.
Well, I think angry. I don't know what they're angry at, but I don't know I don't know what they're angry at.
I don't know. Why are you angry?
Are we angry at us? Sorry. Are we bringing bad news? What did we say?
No.
No, there's the weather. Unless we're talking about rain, maybe. I don't know. We were talking about
the rain. They're only talking that it could be, let's see. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get some rain tonight. There's a little bit of storm going on the other side. This looks like it's really spotty. Looks like we're down by Houston. There's some tornado warnings on Houston. Good thing we're not in Houston. So what they're saying right now, weather is, looks by 9 o'clock, it's only a 15% chance of rain, 9 o'clock tonight.
What about tomorrow?
Tomorrow is just cloudy day. So tomorrow might be nice.
We might get to go for a ride.
Yep. And what you guys want to do is if you're coming out here, if you ever think about coming out to Lake the Ozarks, Tam took a bunch of pictures today. The Harley dealer's got some great maps back there.
Yeah.
If you go into the Harley dealer and go all the way to the right corner, there's like a coffee maker back there. It's kind of, you got 2 inside bathrooms, which are a onesie stall. And
it's a unisex. You can go on either side.
So 2 people can go in, him and her, whatever, bring the kid in, change his diaper, whatever you got to do. Back there, but they got bathrooms outside. They probably may close. A lot of times they close these bars or close these restaurants down, close down the bathrooms in the dealerships during the rallies. Sometimes only open to women. So they give us some really great maps there that they have. We're going to do 2 of the rides.
Put them on
Facebook.
I took pictures of them all. I'll put them on.
So they look like this.
There you go. And on the back, it's got
tells you all the turns. So
and then they tell you how many miles they are too.
Yeah. So it's kind of neat. So if you wanted to go out, most of them are pretty long. Well, not really long.
Well, there's a 90
most
miles,
of them are
75,
circle rounds.
86,
so you can go out and do, you know, if you, hey, I want to go out just for a few hours. But I mean, you're on windy roads here. It's going to take you a little while. Like they've got a thing out here. I forget what they call it. That you can go around and get a stamp at all these.
Passport.
Yeah.
Like the Ozarks passport, something.
It's like $30 to do it. What they're doing is at the end, they draw a winner and somebody gets a motorcycle from the Harley dealer.
So Brian must have gave us a sad face or mad face.
Right.
He said he had a fat finger.
Oh.
I think he says he thinks it's mine.
All right.
Hey, one down and then up. What's up? Hope you all are having a great time. So far, so good. Well,
until you see the video that's going to come out probably tomorrow morning. Something happened to my motorcycle. Wasn't a happy day yesterday. Was not a ping day yesterday. So right now we're going to see what's going on. So tonight we're doing a live from here. Tomorrow night we may do another live. Might do something from the Harley dealer. Because kind of like that's the only thing that's going to be going on tomorrow is really the Harley dealer. They're gonna have bands and stuff. So we might do something live from down there, depending on. Internet here is great for your phones. If you're bringing any kind of phone, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, whatever you got, this has got the best service I've ever had. This is as good as I get at home, and I'm paying for 5 gigs coming in, and so it's like
So
crazy.
Steve, are you down here? He says, welcome to Lake of the Ozarks. So are you down here already? And we didn't get anybody that said they wanted to go on rides with us while they were
Put
down
sugar in
there.
there.
I don't think I did. See, you can drink it without sugar.
It's been awful the whole time. So,
Just thought it was bad
that's
tea.
what's kind of going on. So we just want to kind of give you a heads up too about what our plans are the next week or so, because we've changed our plans.
A little bit.
Yes. So what we're doing here is we're leaving out of here so we're here for this rally. We'll be here all the way up until Saturday night. That's kind of when we're going to pull the plug, Saturday night, for our videos here. Sunday morning, we're going to get up bright and early, and we're heading to Branson, Missouri. We've got a campground down there. We get to stay for 3 nights for free. It's part of our membership that we pay for. We thought we'd pay.
Did you write those other people back? One that emailed us? I need to call somebody.
So
they invited us to stay with them.
Yeah. So we changed it now to where we're no longer going to Fayetteville. Okay. We are still going to BBB, which is Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. But we're staying in Eureka Springs. I got it right.
You did.
Eureka Springs. We're staying at the KOA. We got our 5% or 10% discount off of to belong to KOA. They're the highest place in town. $45 a night, and so
very humid.
We're going to stay there, and so we're not going to be showing up there until Wednesday. We pull in. I think we can't check in there till like 2 o'clock or something. So we're going to stay in Branson for that. So if you're anywhere near the Springfield, Missouri area, Branson area, we'll be happy to meet up with you guys. Just email us. You can write it. You can make up our index cards.
I know. I thought about that. We didn't go anywhere to buy them.
Home Depot, you could have got markers.
Well, I got a marker. I just don't have the cards.
And so you can go to our email and say, hey, Bob and Tam, I want to do a ride with you guys. Our meet and greet you in Branson. Or we're going to be going down. We'll stop first at the original Pro Bass. Been there many times in the years back, long time ago, back when it first opened.
When it was the only one.
Yeah. And nobody even knew what Pro Bass was. Even when Bush used to fly in there and get his fishing gear. And it was a big thing back then. And so we've been there. They got a museum next door. I don't really know what it is. We've never gone to it. We had some friends last week when we were over Labor Day weekend wanted to go down there, but they found out it was like $50. They raised it for the holiday. So I don't know. We might do a museum tour down there. If not, blow it off. We'll just film some.
He's not a big museum person. He likes to run through it. And I'm like, you pay all that money. You got to stop and look at the
You go to Pro Bass, and it's like a museum. You see all those pretty animals all stuffed and everything. And
pretty animals?
Yeah, they're pretty animals. Pretty dead. They are. You don't have to worry about that. Pretty dead they are.
I can see all. Get real close to that bear.
Fish get real close.
Yeah.
Sometimes we take pictures. I take a picture by a horny toad today.
Vancouver.
He was doing bad things to the horny toad. So much you can watch the video camera to be able to see it.
Hey, I haven't checked that out. I looked at it. The Hemp Works.
So we're going to be in Branson from Sunday. We can check in down in Branson at 8 a.m. in the morning. We won't get there that early. But, I mean, we're not very far from Branson. It's about an hour, I guess, from here. And then it's like less than an hour to Eureka Springs. So Eureka Springs is pretty much where everything's going on at Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. I'd say a lot of you guys have been seeing on our Facebook page, and that guy named Jeff keeps posting stuff about the cat house. He is the owner of the cat house.
Yes.
What he's really afraid of is same thing that happened to Leesburg about the Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue, that it was canceled. And Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue was canceled. It's not canceled. This is the biggest catastrophe I've ever seen in my life. We talked to Adam, Amzo Adam, the other Amzo Adam, yeah, I said right. Amzo Adam last night, and he told us that the city's giving out permits. So it's just up to the property owners if they want to allow them or not. So I don't know what the heck's going on there. It's a mess. What a lot of people are doing is say, screw Fayetteville, don't spend any money there. We're hearing that rumors going around.
Jeez.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's 2 hours away.
So I don't know what you're talking about.
Wearing colors on the strip.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. We're hearing
which
is. is if you're in a motorcycle club and you're coming down here to Lake of the Ozarks, there is some signs up at some of the bars that say no colors, no patches, no rockers, no nothing. You know, that's even if you had a Harley jet vest on. Some of them, I haven't seen one that said no cuts. So cuts is a blue jean that they cut the sleeves off. It's got the fur, the fringe on it. That's it.
Hey, Ken.
And so that you can't wear that. Now that's not in every bar. Now we're actually talking to somebody today that was in a bar, and he said he hadn't heard that, but we heard that because on July 15th there was a shooting here through a couple of the motorcycle clubs, and somebody died, and they really wanted to cancel this rally, so they can't afford to have anything happen. If something happens during this rally, you can kiss this one goodbye. Nobody's going to approve it again. So, you know, which is one of the things I know we have some motorcycle club members that watch our channel. You know, you got to do something about this. You know, if it's whoever it is, if it's the newbies, the prospects that are causing all this trouble, take their stuff away from them. You know, make them stay home during the rallies. You know, because it really kind of hurts having different things like this happen at some of the rallies. You know, Laughlin, Nevada, that ended it. You know, it happened back in, I think, 2001 or 2002 is when that one happened, and it's gone downhill ever since. And as of about 3 months ago, it is dead forever, never coming back. So many of these cities, especially, you know, there's a lot of people, not a lot. It only takes a handful of people that are important people in a town to ruin a rally. And they got enough pressure to put on the mayor and the city alderman and all this kind of stuff, and it just ruins the biker image. And everybody knows. Just like here, they said, the bikers, this is the end of the season for these people. The lake's kind of, you know, it's not drying up, but the boating season's a lot of boats out there. Yeah. But it could be just local people living here. And, but most of the people, winter's going to start coming in here and things start quieting down. Same reason why the bars are only open on Wednesday till Sunday. A lot of times, probably as it gets closer into the fall, it may only be open on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. You know, because they have to be, you know, they can't afford to be open if there ain't a soul in there. You know, like in here, we're in a pretty big bar. Maybe there's a dozen people in here, maybe.
1, 2, 3.
So, but I mean, it's tough for a place to survive. But right now, it's pouring down rain outside. I can hear it beating on the roof.
There's 5 tables and like 6 people at the bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people at the bar and 5 tables. So, yeah.
So this is not normally a booming town. They have a little outlet mall over here, and probably has about 200 stores, but there's only about 12 of them that are still there.
It's sad. And it wasn't but most malls are gone downhill anyway.
But most, so we'll see how Branson is when we get there.
Oh, don't talk about Waffle House. Yeah. So they only go to Waffle House in Fayetteville.
We won't be at Waffle House. We got a whole story about Waffle House.
Oh, it was not good.
Waffle House.
So
it's not my friend. Waffle House. I had a video. I got it all made up. I never put it out. But we went to Waffle House. My grandson came to Florida when we were down there in Orlando, killing time between the rallies. And he wants to go to Waffle House. So we're like, okay. So we get to Waffle House and we walk inside, and I said, do we need to give you a name or something? They said, oh, no, you'll be up real soon. Yeah, you'll be up real soon. So there's a lady sitting with a baby next to us in a stroller, and we were sitting at a couple seats. Looked around, there's nobody else around. So we sit there for a while, and first table leaves, and the lady with the baby, I'm like, hey, you're waiting for a table, right? And she's like, oh, yeah. I said, well, there you go. That one's yours. So she got up and went up. Another table got up. So we walked over, we slid in. The girl handed us menus, and these people walk in from the outside and says, you're in our table. I'm like, no, we're not. We're in my table. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, the manager comes out now and says, you're in these people's table. And I'm like, first of all, I asked you if you had a list, and you said you had no list. It's first come, first serve. We've been sitting here. Well, those people have been sitting out in their car. No, they weren't. Nobody's sitting out in their car when we got here. And so the manager says, well, you have to get up and leave. So I'm like, well, you can take this place and shove it right up your F you and everything else. So I gave him a few choice words and out the door. So we're outside doing a video, and there was another table that when we were sitting there waiting, they were black people. We'll just call them black people. That's what they were. So these black people were cleaning the table off themselves, and we're thinking, should we really be coming in here?
If you have to clean up the own table.
They're sitting there. So we're outside, and I'm doing this video, and there's a car with these black people in it too, a lady, and she's kind of laughing. And so when I got done, I walked over, and I said, are you waiting to get in here? She says, no, that's our friends that are in there.
The ones that had to clean their own
Yeah.
table.
She said, when we went in there and the place was so dirty, we walked down the street and went to the donut shop and got donuts. We're sitting here waiting. I said, well, did you see those people that came in a while ago, right before we walked out? Yeah. I said, where did they come from? They said, well, they came from the motel next door. I said, well, they tried to tell me they were sitting out in the parking lot. I said, no, we've been out here for 10 or 15 minutes. Ain't been nobody out here. So they lied. So screw Waffle House. I'm putting a protest out now. Screw Waffle House. Never go to Waffle House and tell them, pating, you ain't going.
One Waffle
I ain't
House.
never going to Waffle House ever again. The stupid morons, all they would have had to done is have a list of people signing their name. If I would have known somebody else was out there and they signed it and they walked to the motel to check out or whatever the hell they were doing, I'd have been all right with that. But she said you had to be
Because
right
this
there.
was like the 5th Waffle House we tried to get in with our grandson. They were either way busy, you couldn't take an order to go, they wouldn't let you do that. I mean, it was just one thing after another. It was packed, it was, you know, and then one we went to, there was some people standing in there, and I said, well, if there was only one table, and it was like, well,
two
some people
were standing there.
And I thought, well, that's fine, you know, and there was several people that looked like they were finishing up. I said, well, we can wait. So I stood inside and waited. So this couple that was standing next to me, you know, some people are finishing up, and 3 or 4 more people walked in. And so then, you know, somebody got up, and I thought, okay, those people will get that table, you know, and I'm waiting. They had to wait till they cleaned it off. Then like 5 or 6 more people walked in, and then 2 or 3 more people walked in.
Who were
Well,
all those
anyway,
people?
they were all together.
That's right. So there's
like,
one person
so they
was
took
standing
all
there.
the other tables that were coming clean.
So there was no way within the next 2 or 3
we
hours
were never
going to
get in there.
So once again, screw Waffle House. We've ate at Waffle House before and didn't have any real trouble with them, but screw them.
The ones in Florida. These were all in
I'm
Florida.
never going to Waffle House ever again.
So
And maybe I'll put that video up and you guys can hear my rant.
Well, you put it on Patreon.
No, I'll put it on here. You guys can see. Screw Waffle House. I made the video, and that lady, the black lady, she just laughed and thought it was funny, and she was all for us too. And I was
She's
like,
like,
I should have put her. I should have turned around and said, hey, can I put you on camera? And
So
you
tell me why
tell
you
me
didn't
the same
go in
story
there.
why you did. And I didn't think about that because I was kind of aggravated.
Okay, so the Wine Cellar Restaurant is about an hour drive from Eureka Springs. It's Restaurant Underground. Oh, that sounds cool. I'll have to write that down.
So what you need to do is you have to go on on one of our regular videos. You need to write that in there, because when we have it come on a live stream, we don't really go back and look at live streams for stuff. So it's hard to do. So if you put something on really soon.
So Kip said, yes, the train ride. No, Kip said the train ride in Branson's in Silver City's very good. Is that the one called Fire in the Hole? Was that the train ride when you go down and they say fire in the hole and you get wet? Anyway, and then he also said
probably not
that
going
they
to
have,
Silver City.
no, he just said it was a fun ride.
It is.
And
Let's go to Silver City.
we did. Anyway, he said that they have tons of steakhouses down there. So tell us a good steakhouse that's not like $1,000 a steak. And then he wanted to know if Boxcar Willie was still down there.
I don't know. I think he died. Actually, I do. I think he died a few years ago.
So Mike and Deb say, okay, no Waffle House for us.
I did find out.
Oh, yeah.
Cheech and Chong is alive.
Tommy Chong is alive. That's what everybody said.
There was 2 things that came up that said both of them were told to die.
Oh, no. I knew Cheech was still alive because he's on one of those
police stories.
Police
Well,
stories.
It used to be. I don't think he's on anymore.
Oops, 2000.
Is Boxcar Willie alive?
He's
Boxcar Willie died a while back. I remember that. Yeah, he died in '99. I thought he's been dead for a long time.
No Waffle House.
We never seen Boxcar Willie.
Hope to meet you guys one day. So where are you at, Thomas? And we'll see.
Well, not seeing. He could be in Alaska or someplace.
Well,
or
I mean,
Canada.
I don't know. He might come down for something. You never know. So Maryland. So are you going to go to Ocean City? Also, if anybody wants to work in Ocean City, email us, bobandtams@yahoo.com.
One sexy biker, can't say the word, and once she's looking for help.
She's got no help, and she's desperately
so if you're looking for, you want to make
help.
some good money during the rally, we can get you her information, and you can give her a call, and you can talk to her. Even guys, she's got that guy. What's his name? Got the blonde hair. Dan. He works all the. He likes working there. Would be a bad place to work. You want to check out the ladies? Lots of them coming in.
So Shady Jack's, where at? Somebody said they were going to go to Shady Jack's, but is that down in Fayetteville, Eureka Springs area, or is that here in Lake of the Ozarks?
So in these 2 rallies, we're kind of lost on all the situations. We were out here a long time ago, Lake of the Ozarks, and we have no idea where nothing's at anymore.
Kimberly's on.
Kimberly who?
Kimberly, your daughter. Kimberly who?
Kimberly Ann.
Kimberly Ann, that's who's on. Monkey number 1.
So is she saying something, or she
No, it just says
said give a
Kimberly is
thumbs up?
watching. So we're in Lake of the Ozarks.
Yep.
Did you see the video of Lost Valley Lake?
That was your. She spotlighted it. Now, you guys have been saying that. You ought to have a video where she talks more. She talked the whole way through it. You see me for like 3 seconds in that video, and did have somebody complain because there was no Bob Pating in there, and there wasn't. And I told her
my video. It's no Pating.
So she said I could have typed it in there, and I didn't think about it after I had finished. I wasn't going to go back and redo it because things have been running really smooth editing wise. It's we've got great internet. Things are going really smooth. Tomorrow or this whole week we should be fine. It's not gonna get that crowded. I'm hoping Branson's gonna be the same way. We should have great internet down there to do some videos and stuff. We'll probably do the next week. Well, actually, probably maybe the next 2 weeks. We might pretty much have a video come out every day. We're gonna try to do live maybe here every day too this week.
So Hudson and Liam are watching. Hi, Grammy loves you.
And so the grandkids, and the other ones are probably playing football, and one's hobbling around watching football. Brooks Lake. So what are we talking about?
Our youngest grandson, he's 5, had his first soccer game and scored the first 4 goals in a soccer game. They won 7-0.
He's been kicking a ball since he's like 6 months old.
It's a good watch.
If he didn't get that many goals, I'd be wondering, dude, what's wrong with you?
I said he's waited a long time to get those goals.
So he can drive a golf ball a long ways too. Right, longer than a lot of people that are
longer than I can.
So
anyway, that's
very
Hudson.
sporty guy. And so what else are we going to talk about tonight? So we talked about Lake of the Ozarks, full blown, everything's looking good. Already bikes are rolling in, so it's pretty exciting. We've already seen a couple hundred bikes, maybe more. We're not counting them yet.
Oh, there's people. I didn't know. It didn't say that.
So that's going on. We're going to talk a little bit about Bikes and Blue. So here's what's going on for us. We're going to be here till Sunday morning. We're pulling out bright and early Sunday morning. We'll probably be all hooked up and put everything away Saturday night. And because we can get in the campground at 8 a.m. So get down to Branson.
I'm done.
We know Branson pretty well. We actually honeymooned there. We haven't been there in a long time either, about 25 years. So things may have changed too. But hopefully we'll know what kind of much. But Table Rock Lake's really neat. We're going to do some riding there. Hopefully tomorrow, if there's no rain, we're going to do morning. We're probably going to get up and go do at least one ride before we go, so we can get that on video and stuff. If anybody that really wants to ride with us, we got a lot of people saying they want to meet up, and but nobody volunteered to come out and ride.
Somebody's down here early, and who? Robert. I always want to call him Roberto. Robert.
It is Roberta.
Well, he doesn't like that. He said his only his mom calls him that. So Robert Aguilera. He said he was down in this area, so let us know if you want to ride. And yes, there is Shoney's around, very few, far between. There was one down in Kissimmee in
We had
Florida.
trouble with Shoney's one time too.
Oh my gosh, let's not go into these horrible stories. Pating Kimberly, that's from Ken.
Shoney's went to a buffet.
Stop it. No.
And what they did was, we go to the buffet, and I only eat a few things. I eat bacon, pancakes, waffles, things like that. I don't eat sausage or eggs or anything like that.
Oh
so I walk up, and there's no pancakes. So I'm like, okay. So I sit down, and I didn't get nothing yet. I'm just going to sit there and wait. Well, they come out with a little thing of about 10 of them. So I get up, and another guy gets right in front of me. What's he do? Guy takes all 10 of the pancakes. Asshole. So that was the first problem I had. So I came back, and I'm like,
this is what I have to deal
look at
with.
the lady, and I'm like, do you have any more? Oh, well, we're going to cook some more up. I said, well, that's a bunch of crap. So I came back, and I slammed my plate on the table.
So, Kimberly Ann, do you have some stories about your dad? You can put those on here.
So, not as bad as their grandpa.
No, he's close, but not quite.
Nowhere near.
So,
her dad never paid for a meal in his life because he complained about everything.
He was bad. Did we ever see the Osmond brothers in Branson?
No. We've seen Jim Stanford.
Yeah.
Spiders and Snakes. We've seen him.
We've
seen Loretta Lynn.
Kenny Rogers.
We actually thought Loretta Lynn was dying then. and that's like 40 years ago. She's got to be 100 years old.
She's not. She's in her 90s,
we've seen Kenny Rogers. She was very disappointed in Kenny Rogers. We've seen him at the Palace.
I liked him
We've
a
been
lot.
to...
was it Dolly Parton's Stampede Theater?
Yeah, but Dolly Parton wasn't there.
No.
We got screwed. Thought he was going to go there. Oh, we've seen Ray Clark and all that.
Oh, yeah.
I actually did sound for Ray Clark many moons ago.
And the Bald Knobber show we went to,
Yep,
we went to, what's the other one?
Shepherd of the Hills. That's back. Somebody new bought that out. That'd be neat to go see. I like that show.
Ohio.
And they're supposed to redone it all, and it's all fixed up now again. because it
Roll
closed down for a
Tide.
while. So that's kind of neat.
So is the Arizona or the Arkansas Razorbacks and Roll Tide the same place? I'm not big into football. I don't know. I know I hear people say Roll Tide all the time, and I know that people say,
Not everybody in the bar needs to know what we're talking
we're
about.
gonna go. That
So you guys don't talk about
university
me.
down there is University of Arkansas. Is that the same place? I don't know.
Like, yeah, they say in Fayetteville it's a university. So I don't know, but they're the ones.
Thanks,
There's been a
Jerry.
whole lot of trouble going down there in Fayetteville. Last year,
Oh.
a bunch of the college kids were painting SWAT
Don't
stickers and
forget to
stuff.
give us a
There was a
thumbs
couple
up.
of foreigners down there that had a booth. They gave them a hard time. They had Confederate flags they were selling. The city passed an ordinance that you can't sell a Confederate flag, can't fly a Confederate flag, whatever. You know, everybody each to their own. Whatever you want to think about it. And you know, you're getting down here. We're getting down south. So you know, it is what it is. And history is history. And you know, there's a lot of people here fly a lot more flags than just the American flag in America. So what's the difference if you bring a Mexican flag over, or you bring over a France flag, or you bring whatever flag you bring, Canadian flag, and you flag it on your French porch? That's no different to me than somebody flying, which is right out here on the highway, is a gigantic. I don't know how big the flag is, Confederate flag that was flying on the highway. Looked around, couldn't see if it was a business. I don't know. It could have been somebody's backyard. I don't know.
We're staying in Eureka Springs at a KOA and for BBB for the second half, the
So we'll be
22nd
there.
through the 26th. The 19th through the 22nd will be in Branson.
So Sunday morning,
Hit the
after
like button.
the BBB, Sunday morning we'll be getting up bright and early, and we're heading to Myrtle Beach. So
Port Charlotte. We'll see you in Port Charlotte. At Punta Cana, we go to that TT's bar. That's where he likes to go. TT's bar in Port Charlotte. That's when those.
bar.
No, it's called TT's. T and a T.
I like going to that bar.
Yes, you do. That's when it's right there. Like that's where those people came down and seen us. We took a picture of the drink, and they ended up coming down. They live down the street.
Oh, okay.
That's TT's bar,
All right.
and that's in Port Charlotte, I think. Yes.
I don't know. It's on the bay.
Yep.
As long as you don't go to that crappy bar there down in Tampa. Another one that we.
That was a cheeky bar.
Yes,
Oh my gosh, you have
No, but
bad.
I mean, no, it's you know, I've dealt my whole life dealing with customers.
Mm-mm.
Whole life I've been in the retail business.
I did.
And you know, there's a thing that's always called the customer's pretty much always right, and there's always a line to draw there. But you know, I'm not that hard of a person to deal with, you know, because usually I never send food back because we worked in a restaurant. You should never send your food back. You have no idea what they do with your food in there. That could be a whole nother video that we tell you. I usually worked at a Catholic restaurant. It's called Lady of the Snow Shrine. Look it up. Worked there, and you wouldn't believe what they would do to that food when you sent a steak back. I could do a whole video just on that. And she worked in a restaurant too, so she knows too. We don't send food back. We just don't go back. So if you screw us and give us crappy food, the idea is
He'll do a bad video on you and never return.
that's right. So far here we've done pretty good. We had we even ate at the Crackle Barrel. Is that what it was? No, it was a buffet. Did we eat at?
Oh, Golden Corral.
Golden Corral. Actually, it's pretty good. Because we was kind of wondering, it was like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We thought, you know, I don't know how good the food's going to be. Wasn't hardly nobody there. But what they were doing was they were only bringing a few things like chicken. They brought like 5 or 6 pieces. So it was hot and had the fish. The only thing except corn. It was like rubber. But I mean, I'm all right with that.
It was really, they must have microwaved it. It wasn't.
Well, it's just, I don't think anybody had ate it all day, and it's so they didn't add any more. So it was just like, it was probably frozen corn, and they heated it up, and it was probably good at first, and then it turned to rubber after it sat for all day. So, but I mean, other than that, it was, the rest of the food was really good. I had no complaint. And then we had barbecue today. That was pretty good. Gave us way too much food. It was $30.
We got enough for dinner.
That's the live that we just did, or not live, but the short that we did today was that barbecue place. You're coming down here, was it Woolly something?
Wobbly Boots.
What was it? Wobbly Boots.
Wobbly Boots.
You're gonna have Woolly something in it.
Not woolly, wobbly.
Wobbly. And
Like my legs.
Wicked Willie's now. Here, put up there. We gotta. Oops. Trying to get a menu. Got their logo on it.
Oh.
I got a glare on it. There you go.
That's good.
That's where we're at. Kind of looks like a fun place. No place for a band. I don't know what's on the other side.
That's where they're
golf
like
pro
they have
shop.
a driving range. Like you
You
can.
can go inside and drive
Yep.
balls inside here. Drive your balls.
American. At Lake George, New York. I don't know. They said we need to check this out. Lake George, New York.
See, when you get up there, what happens up in see a lot of rallies, it's just like here. We're going to do this, and we're going to do bikes and blues. The odds are we're probably never coming back to these two rallies. Not saying that they're the worst rallies in the world. The bad news is you guys don't watch them. You know, if you want us to go here, you want us to go to bikes and blues, then you need to get 30,000 people to watch our videos while we're down there. That tells me that people are interested in seeing what's going on. If we get 1,500, 3,000 people watch the video, that just tells me you guys are just like, okay, we're interested in where you're at, but we're never going to go there, so we really don't care anymore about it.
Give us some thumbs up. It says, Buck says, give us thumbs up. There's there's over 100 people watching, and there's only a couple.
100 people?
Well, there was.
It's only 94.
Well, there was 102 or something a minute ago.
So what are we talking about? We're talking about Lake of the Ozarks. We're here at the Bike Fest. Opens up tomorrow at 2 o'clock at the Harley dealer. We're going to be there. Somebody asked where we'd be at tomorrow. Probably about 1 to about 3. We'll probably be there. Maybe we'll stay longer. If it's a good time, maybe we'll stay and we'll do another live from there.
And that wobbly boots. Wobbly Boots is also going to have that's who's serving food down at the Harley Davidson dealership. So I want to try some of their desserts.
So they're going to have beer on the site. They've got food down there. Some vendors, not a whole lot of vendors. They said they're going to have a handlebar thing install and something. Who did they say it was?
Drag and
something else.
Somebody else
is going to be down there. And we'll have a video on that, and that's going to come out tomorrow night.
But they're getting to where they're getting name brand vendors that want to come down. They don't have any this year, but they're talking about like Karyakin and Ciro and all that. He's thinking they might come down in the years to come up.
What's tough about it is Ocean City's going on at the exact same time. Ocean City starts tomorrow. So that's the problem you run into. Do you want to go to a monster of a rally, or do you want to come to a small rally? And that's what happens with a lot of these rallies that we look at. It's like Leesburg. We've already decided Leesburg. We're not doing Leesburg next year. We will do a Saturday there, and that's it. Because that's really all is. We need to cover the Gators, Harley there. John, he's got a great place, got a bunch of vendors there. We'll cover that, and that's it. Because there just isn't enough to justify you guys wanting to watch it.
Well, and this is more of a destination. It's kind of like a little bit like Sturgis, because there's a lot of great riding around here too. So that's why they say a lot of people come to this one is for the riding more so than the vendors.
But they said typically we had about 125,000 bikes here last year. That's a pretty good rally. That's not bad for some of these places we go to. We're lucky to have 10,000 people there. So that's pretty good rally. That's one of the reasons we picked this one to do it. And then Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue, we've heard so much great stuff about it. Well, what's bad about Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue is Fayetteville wants to get rid of it. They're just like Myrtle Beach. And they're just ruining it. And then they tell everybody it's canceled, it's canceled, it's canceled. Well, no, it's not. Nothing's canceled. I don't even know. Whoever put that out should be sued.
Well, it's kind of like Leesburg was. I mean,
Leesburg, the city wasn't issuing permits. Here, Fayetteville is, according to Adam Amsoil, he called the city and said they are issuing permits. It's up to the lots where you're at. Like he was going to be at the bookstore. They decided, he talked to the lady, and the lady waited, and she kind of said, okay, let's go ahead and agree not to have it. And what they were afraid of is what everybody is afraid of about Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue is nobody's going to show up because everybody thinks it's canceled. And it ends up being like Leesburg, where it's a local rally. And it's sad when you get 5,000 people or so show up, and that's it. So that's what's kind of bad about some of these rallies when they try to tell you it's canceled. It's kind of like Panama City. We just talked to somebody that said, oh, I thought that was canceled. No, it's not. We end up talking. We heard that, which we actually reported on it and said that the dealership said they're not going to have any vendors. Well, we talked to them. What she did, she just talked to me the other day and they said, nope, we're not having any vendors. But you need to call Thunder Productions because they're the ones that take care of it. So she called them up and they said, yeah, they're going to have vendors over there. We already got them scheduled. So I don't know what the heck the dealership's saying.
I don't know.
It's not one of our fondest dealerships to start with, but it's still a destination and it's part of the rally. And we try to support the Harley dealers that are there, but we had a funny feeling about them anyway. But they last year this whole year they didn't have either one of their two locations. The dealership didn't have very many events going on. They didn't have very many vendors there. Dan Kite was there, which we recommended, and also One Sexy Biker Girls, which we're not saying what it is because we don't want to get binged by Facebook on this or YouTube. And so we want to so we call both of them and they're like, yeah, we're all set up to be there. There's not gonna be any problem. There's also a couple other vendors. There's the guy that sells the plates that you can get engraved for your motorcycle down on the primary cases. They've got all that and the horns and all the different stuff like that they engrave. That guy's there. That's a pretty neat guy. I don't know who anybody else there that we knew or not. I think that was it. That was there at the Harley dealer in Panama City. We also talked to Adam Amsoil about Daytona. He's always at the racetrack. He has heard nothing yet. They won't say it's go
He's
or
called
bad.
and called, and no one's called him back. So he's not sure what's going on there. So somebody asked about the dam. Yes, the dam, Bagnell Dam is closed. The strip is open up to the dam, then they've got it blocked off. So they're going to allow the parking down the middle of the road and on the sides. It's going to be for motorcycles only. So the bars are all going to be open. You will not be able to drive across the dam. You got to turn around and go back the way you
You
came.
couldn't drive across the dam anyway. So if you're staying on this side, which is the Harley Davidson side, if you look at a map, Harley Davidson to the dam, that's the area that you don't have to worry about going around. But if you were staying on the other side, let's say you're 5 miles on the other side of the dam, you just get on the 54 and you come around it. It's not that big of a deal. Somebody else told us, oh, it's going to be kind of a hassle. No, it's not. Dude, we're over here from the Harley Davidson dealer down to the strip. You're going to spend 15 minutes getting down there if you hit all the lights right. So if you were only a few miles on the other side, it's not going to be that much difference. You're not that much difference when it comes to time of traveling here.
I know we were freaking out because when we used to come down here, the Bagnell Dam was the only way to get across the lake. And we were thinking, oh my gosh, how far around are we going to have to go? But the 54, there's another bridge now.
Well, the 54 really doesn't. The dam is right. The dam is right there at the river. There's a river there. So it's not like you're crossing the lake. You're just crossing a little river. Where if you're coming down the 54, like we came from Jefferson City. So if you came from Jefferson City, you got to cross that little river to get into Osage Beach. And you'll see that river. Well, if you look, whatever, depending on which way, if you were to look to the right, you would have seen the big dam there. I seen it. I don't know if she's seen it or not. I seen it. And so that's what it is. So it's not like you're crossing the middle of the lake. It's kind of like
there's no reason to be on the north side of the dam. There's nothing over there.
Well, there could be some campgrounds over there or something. I don't know.
Well, they right off the 54, they've got it blocked off. So to go toward the Bagnell Dam, it says Bagnell Dam Road. It says road closed. It won't even let you go down to go to it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying if you were on that other side, because that's where the town of Lake of the Ozarks, I guess, is right there at the dam going that way. And I guess they're part of, I guess they have both sides of the dam, I think, is Lake of the Ozarks, the city of Lake of the Ozarks.
Lake Ozark, not Lake Ozark.
That's the sheriff that was saying he didn't want to have the rally. And he's kind of come around a little bit now. We didn't try to talk to none of them. I don't think there's anything that they really need to tell me.
So Robert, he said he just joined. What's going on? Are you down around this area? You said you were going to meet up with us for a ride somewhere. So you didn't email me, bobandcams@yahoo.com.
Oh, he did email me, but he didn't talk about that.
Oh, he emailed you? Robert did?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it.
Which I told you he's working on some stuff, and then he may be doing what we're doing soon.
Oh, cool.
Traveling the rallies. I think I told you that. Because I think he might have said he's not going to make this one. I don't know.
So anyway, that's cool. Oh, right. George is in the house.
So that's what we're talking about tonight. We're talking a little bit about Lake of the Ozarks. We're also talking about Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. It is on. Everybody needs to get on their Facebook page and let everybody know Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue is still on. There's still got stuff going on at the dealership, and I think it's Roger. And then over at Eureka Springs, they've got all their stuff going on there. They'll have vendors and all kinds of stuff going on. So all of that is still going on. It's just Fayetteville isn't doing, I don't know what they're doing. It sounds like it's just a mess down there, a cluster F. And so I don't know.
So Winburn, how long are you going to be down here? He said he's heading down tomorrow. If you get here by the afternoon, we'll be down at the Harley Davidson dealership.
Yep. So the Harley dealer here in town, Lake of the Ozarks, is opening up tomorrow. Well, they're open all day. If you want to go and get some work done, 9 o'clock in the morning, they're open. But the vendors will open at 2 p.m. So we'll be there probably around 1, unless something happens, or we're out on a ride. I don't know. We'll be down there.
It's not raining. We might go on the ride in the morning.
Yeah. So if all goes well, we definitely want to be there opening time because I want to get all my interviews done really quick. I don't know how many we're going to do. which is funny. Law Tigers is there. And there's also another attorney down there. That big old giant trailer,
really?
that big old giant semi. That's
Is that
another.
Von Huss or
No,
Van?
it's somebody. I don't know who
Oh.
they are. And they act like they're local Missouri lawyers. And I can't believe that two of those are taking up most of the parking lot. Is those two guys. And because Law Tigers has got their little army jeeps. And
Oh,
all
we
the
got a
different-
surprise interview coming up for you guys. If you guys, it was the fall in Daytona. We did an interview with somebody, and he's going to be down there with Dixie.
What, he famous?
No.
Oh, he's not famous. He was very famous on our channel when he talked.
Yep.
So
He's
he's
cool.
supposed to be there. So we'll be getting a shout out from him, and
You'll
we'll talk
like
to him a
him.
little. We'll
You'll
talk to him.
like him.
Maybe we get him to come on our live.
Oh, that'd
And,
be cool. He would
talk to
keep
you
you guys
guys.
going.
And
Nobody'd be able to get a word in edgewise.
Mhm.
So Winburn, thank you too. He said thanks for all the hard work we do and the information we bring out.
Yeah.
So he'll be here till Sunday. He'll try to make it to Harley tomorrow afternoon. Okay.
Okay, so if you make it tomorrow afternoon, that's where we'll be. Saturday, we're still going to do the ice hole, which is down on the strip. It's down by the dam. It's going to be in that area where you can't be bike parking only. And it's in like a little strip mall on the right-hand side when you're going down. And
You'll have to put it, you'll have to Google it. 'Cause
yeah, if you Google it, it takes you right to it.
yeah, it's
And,
behind some bars.
yeah.
It's not right
It's
off
right next to where if you get to the bar we went to today, you went
That-
too far.
brick house.
Yeah, and the place next to it, the sushi place.
Oh yeah, Tucker Shuckers.
Yeah. If you went and seen that, you just passed it up. It's right next to them. You make the turn, and it's a parking lot, and it's in the middle of there. It looks like there's like two other bars there and some other places selling stuff. I don't know how big it's going to be inside. We'll hang outside for a while if we get enough people who want to show up outside. They're supposed to be open tomorrow. We'll go and look at it.
Anybody shows up. We've had some meet and greets where nobody comes. That's why we like doing lives, and we can see you coming and going. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Yeah. So,
See you all in
like
Roger.
I say,
Shake his head.
just like a guy tonight came up to us, and he was standing there. I actually thought he was the owner of the dealership because I was talking to another couple that didn't know anything about us, and I was explaining to them what we do and give him a card and all that good stuff. And when I looked at him, I said, because he'd already talked to somebody, which I hadn't talked to anybody. And I said, "Are you the owner?" And he's like, "You kind of act like he was." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then after I talked to him, he's like, "No, I'm with the Hog Group." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So he ended up being a subscriber. Very nice guy. Gave him a sticker and a card and all that good stuff.
Took a picture with him.
We should have hung around for the hog meeting. Got some new subscribers, but we had to come and do this. And I didn't want to do it for the dealership. It was hot out there tonight with the humidity. In fact, the rain stopped already.
Yep. So
And,
that was a quick storm, but that's how they are around here.
Yeah, well, let's wait and see. It's not over yet.
I know. It's still kind of dark.
Yep.
What time is it? I don't know. I can't see a clock.
And
4, 5, 6, almost 7 o'clock. Jeez, we've already been. Oh no, we started at 6 tonight,
Yeah.
huh?
it's almost been an hour.
All right. So don't forget to give us a thumbs up. So YouTube says good job. So it says Fayetteville turned into a snowflake, just like a lot of the other towns. Daytona, Myrtle Beach, they're all doing it. I don't know. When will you be at Toads? We were going to go out there Friday night, but I think we're going to go somewhere else. He thought it was too far out, but if there's a lot of vendors and stuff there, we might go out there.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
doing
the
a live.
only problem we thought about is that's about 14 miles from where we're staying at the Elks. So driving back late at night, well, not really late at night, 8 or 9 o'clock. Coming back during that
It's starting
time.
to get dark and animals.
Yeah, just didn't know if it was going to be the best option for us. But it's 6 more miles than going downtown on the strip, which would have been the other option.
So it's not that much further, but it's curvy, windy roads out in the woods. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know for sure if we're going to Honey Toads. It looks like a really cool place. I took a picture with the frog today. So anyway, I think he's looking up the weather.
No, I was making sure
No,
this was monetized.
just what?
Making sure it was monetized.
Oh, Robert. I always want to call him Roberto. Robert said
We've got a
that
super chat coming up.
he messed. Oh, there's Ken. Hi, Ken. Thank you.
I've got one loser on the show. One loser came up. Where's that Padong at?
I didn't get any thumbs down that I
You don't
know
know.
of on my video, but thank you, Ken. He said a Waffle House All-Star. Enjoy, Bob.
Nope, not doing no Waffle House anymore. They can't even give me free food anymore. I wouldn't go in there. You can pay me all the money in the world. We'll stick with the pancake.
Well, I
house.
don't know. Oh, if they called and said we'll give you $1 million to go eat there,
I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
No, you would do it in a heartbeat.
I have pride.
Oh yeah.
You can go get me some more tea since she's not. She don't want. The waitress don't want to
Yeah.
come over here because
She says,
she didn't want to get on
Through.
camera.
You're too close. You're too far.
We'll take a quick intermission to check out Star Wars.
Ow.
Hey, I'm back. So while she's running over there and getting some more fresh iced tea, we'll see what else is going on. So it's raining here in Lake of the Ozarks. Hopefully it'll be gone by tomorrow morning. So what's going on with us is we'll be here till Sunday. Sunday, we're heading to Branson, Missouri. We're going to be down there Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning. We're going to be leaving. We can't get down to Eureka Springs is where we're staying at now. Can't get down there until 2 p.m. check-in time. Another quick change.
There we go. I'm back. Oh,
Keep talking while you came back.
Oh,
Say, hey, I'm back.
I didn't. I said I'm back.
So that's what we're going to do. So we'll be down there. Eureka Springs, we won't be showing up there till after 2. I don't know if we're going to have any time on Wednesday by the time we get all set up and all that stuff. We'll probably hit some stuff in Eureka Springs. We'll probably hit some stuff in Eureka Springs. Maybe the cat house will go over there and all that. And
we still got to call Jeff. Jeff, if you're on, sorry,
I don't
we
think
haven't.
he is. I haven't seen him come on or nothing. So I don't think he's
Thank
on.
you, Paula. She said she liked my video.
And what she did, she commented on the video and said, hey, I read all your comments. So she's on the charge of these comments because it's her video. She needs to answer all the darn comments.
I did.
Well, I always answer them all.
I answer some.
A few. More like a few, not some. I probably answer 95% and she does about 5%. She's too busy. Whatever she's doing on her phone.
No, I'm too busy.
Doing her Bible studies.
No, I'm too busy cooking and cleaning and getting stuff ready for the next day.
And
he tells me, check this,
what was
check
the last
that,
thing
check
you
that.
cooked?
What?
What's the last thing you cooked?
I fixed you breakfast.
You warmed up some pancakes that were cooked by my sister.
The other day you didn't have bacon and hash browns and
Put
toast.
some bacon in the microwave.
He won't let me cook in there.
You could cook outside. You can get the Coleman stove out.
That's your job.
So
That's
once
the
again-
Coleman stove.
Once again, it's just too much cooking.
Boy, don't you feel sorry for him?
Wait till you hear about my video tomorrow coming out. What happened to my motorcycle? Something happened to
I
my
will never
motorcycle.
hear the end of that.
That's right.
Just ask him about his darts.
It's worse. It's worse than. Is Kimberly still on there? She tried to drown our daughter. She's still on there?
No, I don't see her. Jason's watching.
Jason who?
Jason Marcus, my cousin.
Oh.
Jason Christopher McDaniel's watching. Boy, everybody's on. Hey, Chris. And then Gregory's on. He says he's here and he welcomes you. So is he here? Paula, Steve, 3 main places to hang out during BikeFest in the Strip. HT. Yeah, but that's not on the Strip. That's down on a cove.
Yeah.
It's called Camden's on the lake.
Yeah, it's supposed to be going to be some vendors down
And the
there.
Harley dealership.
So hopefully we'll go down to that Camden, whatever it's called
On the
down there,
lake.
where there's a bunch of bars down there. We drove down there today. I don't know. I wasn't too impressed with what was going on. Well, actually, nothing was going on.
Well, I mean, it's
H
still
Toad
early.
said it
It's
was
the middle of the
closed, but
week.
it was actually open. But we didn't go inside.
But anyway.
But I just thought it was too far to go. See, I think a lot of you guys would probably. We got to look and see if I got enough equipment to do it. We were thinking about hooking a camera up. If we sat right there where all the bikes are going to be parked at, set a camera up facing that way, we'd have our camera facing this way, and we would flip back and forth in it. I got a new little device to do that. And that's one we're going to hook up the computer to and do a bunch of neat stuff. And so
Someday.
Well, probably, hopefully in Branson we can do it.
In Branson, we're staying at, it's called Treasure Lake. It's a coast to coast resort. So we get to stay there for free.
Yep.
I said to him.
Part of our dues.
Yep.
So it's not really free.
Might have found a place to stay. All right, Ken. So Ken said he might come down to Eureka Springs. He thinks he might have found a place to stay.
Okay. So pretty neat. And if we, well, we're wanting a lot of time. But I mean, I don't know what's all going down there. What we're trying to do this year is, well, actually for the rest of this year, is try not to spend as much time
Interviewing people.
Yeah. Try to do more of, like tomorrow. We're going to go out tomorrow, get all the Harley dealers. We're done. We'll get his vendors. That'll be it. And then if like they're having the Indian dealer, we're not going to go down and talk to the Indian dealer. I'm going to show you where they're at. I'll show you what's going on. It's the corporate, so they're not going to want to talk to me anyway. So why waste our time talking to them? So if you want to ride an Indian bike, we'll show you where it's at, but that'll be it. Depending on these other vendors that are out here, I don't think we're going to see any big name vendors. JP Cycles ain't coming out. Zero's not coming out. You know, it's small town. More local stuff. What's Mexi Philly? What's her thing? Sells the headbands. Maria.
Is it Maria's Bandanas? I think.
They're here. They're at the Harley dealer. So that's somebody that kind of comes around with the rallies too. If any of you know who she is, and he does a YouTube channel too. We've seen him today.
Yep.
And wasn't filming, so he's not on camera or nothing. And we'll probably talk to him.
Codes will be rocking by Friday, they said.
Okay.
Oh, there's Mindy Marie. Hey, Mindy.
So one of the problems that we run into with like these bars, like we went downtown today and talked to one of the bars, and she said the same thing. Band start. And we can't do a live when they're playing music so freaking loud that you can't hear me or them, or you have the band. And then if they have any backtracks playing with it, then we're going to get gig from YouTube on that. So I'm not sure where, like H-Toads, do they have music inside?
They said it would be. Hey, there's Steven. Hey, Steven. You'll get a surprise in the mail soon. He knows Ernie. I don't know who Ernie is. Robert says he knows Ernie. Mindy Marie, are you still on here? Tell Landon and Blake Mama loves them. That's our other daughter. She's on too, she said.
So there we go. So that's what's kind of going on. It was just raining. Rain's predicted tonight. Looks like it's supposed to clear about 9 o'clock tonight. Right now it's about 7 o'clock Central Time. So we did this one an hour later. Do you guys like the later time versus the ones we've been doing an hour earlier?
Figures.
We're trying to figure a good time to have lives. We've been doing the Sundays. We'll still be able to do this Sunday. We'll be in Branson, but we'll still do our live on Sunday, still at the 5 o'clock time, Central Time. Back to that time, not to 6. So here, if you guys like to see this a little bit later, but I mean, I don't want to get too late for the East Coast, yeah. Because so at 6 o'clock was 8 o'clock there.
7. You're only hour
yeah, we're an hour different.
Because we're in Central now.
Yep. So would you like to wait another hour the rest of this week? Would you rather see videos come out an hour later? Like if you came on, so this has already been planned for a whole hour. So would you have rather seen us wait another hour before we would have came out? This is your time to speak up.
So hey Chief, are you down at Branson? He says that the Treasure Lake is right off the strip. It's a neat place.
Oh.
It looks like it was really cool. It's
one of their premier. I thought they said it was down by Silver Dollar City. So I don't know.
Said right off the strip. Well,
Silver Dollar City's not off the strip. It's way down at the other end.
We got 100 likes. Yay. Somebody, Winburn says we got 100 likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We only got 88 people on. Are we boring?
It says 93 on here.
94?
I don't know.
88. 99.
Cooler weather coming next week. That'll be nice. Down there, hopefully in Eureka Springs, because I figure it can be just as hot and humid down there as it is here.
Oh, Mindy said they were all at football.
Yeah, I saw that.
So they're not checking us out. They're missing their mama and papa on live TV tonight. Star Wars is behind us.
7 o'clock.
I don't know the music for Star Wars.
Dun, 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 dun.
There you go.
So Chief said 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, an hour later.
That would be, that would be probably for the East Coast time or the time you want it?
I'd say probably
not far from To Steal Your Dollar, about 5 miles. Oh.
So that's why she's trying to figure.
No, I guess I could put it up.
So
I guess that's where he's at.
Oh. So we'll see how that goes.
See you down there in Branson.
And we have no plans for Branson. So the idea was we were just going to do some rides, kind of look around. We don't have any shows we're planning on going to.
See if we can find the old A-frame place we stayed at.
Yeah, we stayed there. It used to be called Alpine Lodge. Who is it that says he lives down there?
Chief PD.
It was down there. I think it's past Silver Dollar City. It was called Alpine Lodge. They had all A-frames. Now, this is back in 79. So it's been quite a while. I don't know if it's even there anymore.
We stayed there. We went down there every year for our anniversary.
There.
A couple times we did. We did. I know we did at least one other time.
Maybe once.
Wow.
Well, this guy, he's gonna
seven Central Works.
The guy's gonna drive some balls. He's gonna drive his balls.
No, you can't see him now.
Is it too dark?
Oh, there he is. He's down there, down low.
So it's not really. It's
that drive.
He brought his golf clubs and stuff. So we'll have to turn the camera around when he gets all going there. You can come down here. Up, got another super chat.
Oh, Ken did.
Super chat.
Thank you, Ken, for 100.
100 likes.
I'd super chat 100 for a live at Waffle House Live.
I'll put up my Waffle House video for you. There you go. You can watch that. I was there at Waffle House when I filmed it, right out front. We actually came the next day. Actually, I did part of it that day, and I came back and did another part the second day because I didn't say everything I wanted to say.
He wasn't done.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. Mindy could tell you some stories too. Is Mindy on there? Her dad was talking about the Waffle House. She was down there for that.
Yeah, but she wasn't with us in the car. It was the boys were with us. Because Landon wanted.
But she knows.
Yes. Wasn't as bad as your mom trying to drown Kimberly in the car. I don't think she has any stories for you. Left her
swallowed a screw. And she fell off a tire swing a couple different times. She doesn't like tire swings.
Not worse than Kimberly. She flipped around and landed on her face. Great mom here. And you'll explain tomorrow what happened to my motorcycle. That'll be part of the story. You're all getting a preview. Know that. You're all getting a preview of that.
He keeps telling them. She wants to know, do they all know that?
No, what?
I don't know.
We were just telling them the story about the Waffle House down in Florida. A bunch of morons. So, what are we talking about? We're actually talking about motorcycle rallies. We're talking about Lake of the Ozarks, and we're also talking about Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue, which is come up next week. And then we're going to go to Branson for 3 days. And if you live around Branson, let us know. We'll see if we can go. If you guys want to go out and ride, we'll be there in the middle of the week, though. It kind of sucks. If you got jobs and stuff, to kind of call the boss and say, "Ding, I got to go for a ride on my motorcycle."
Bob and Tam's calling.
I'm going to see the Pating doctor. He's coming in town, and he's got special treatment for us. And it's called the pleasure treatment. We're going to ride around the country, right around the lake. I don't know if you can ride around Table Lake or not. But there's a bunch of neat roads out there. And
Table Rock Lake's right, or you can go to Tammy-Como. That's where the dam's at, Tammy-Como, because that's the lake that goes up to Table Rock.
You can actually see the water down there, and
that's where they got rainbow trout that you can see. The water's so clear. Table Rock Lake's real close to probably like Lake Mead and all that, and not quite as clear as Lake Tahoe, but you don't remember that? You used to ride the ducks down there. You're not supposed to ride them no more either.
Grounded down there. I think the boat overflowed. It was the tidal wave got it. We rode those. Somebody wrote you
when the kids were little. The kids have been on there.
So we're not looking to do a bunch of tourist stuff while we're down there. Try to drive on the strip. I'll probably film that. Right. The idea is just take the motorcycle out and do some riding down there. Never rode my motorcycle down that far. Actually, I've never rode a motorcycle here.
We'll ride the Pigtail Trail when we're down there. We're not going to K River because when we leave Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue, we're going to Myrtle Beach, and Fayetteville canceled theirs, but we're going to Eureka Springs because the Pigtail Harley Davidson dealership still going to have stuff going on. So is Eureka Springs, the Cat House, and all that. They're going to have stuff going on. So we changed our plans from Fayetteville.
But we already knew we weren't going this year. The idea was about K River was we were hoping to do it every other year. I don't know if that's going to happen again
next year.
Just because we've already made plans now. We're doing Ocean City next year. Just because it's such a big rally. I had no idea. People have told us, a lot of the vendors have said people spend a lot of money down there. And when I looked at the concert schedule, she was like, then when can we go? Because there's
George Thorogood, but I don't know if he'll be there next year.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite.
And he's down there. Kid Rock's coming down there. They got a bunch of great bands that are going to be down there. And this is almost like Sturgis with the bands that they've got down there playing. But the bad news is, I guess Sturgis, you got to pay too. Unless you're staying at the Buffalo Chip, you got to pay to go see those concerts. But all those concerts kind of cost money. Well, actually, they had here Jackal. And if I would have known sooner, somebody should have told me Jackal was coming here. And I would have never thought in a small rally like this, it would have Jackal. And it's kind of neat, but we're not going. They stand room only, and we couldn't get a table.
I could not stand that long.
And so
So Jeff Gregory says Adam Sandoval's doing Scootin' in America at the Cat House on the 24th.
Yeah, I seen that. That's
We'll be down
Jeff.
there then.
Yeah, it's Friday night.
Okay.
And yeah, he always comes down there and does it. But what's bad about nothing bad about Adam Sandoval, but a lot of people, you know, he's got quite a few followers, but it's surprising when I've mentioned him on our channel, most people have no clue who he is. And which is good or bad, doesn't matter. But
because thanks to him, we got a couple hundred subscribers from him when he
yeah. And he's a great guy, and he kind of got us doing motorcycle videos by watching his videos, kind of. But what he's done now is he's not all motorcycles anymore, and I think that might be why a lot of people don't see him that may never have known about him before. And now he's doing 4-wheel drive stuff, and he's building a house and a whole lot of different stuff. His poor little dog Scooter, I think he's on his last leg. He traveled all through, and we're not going to get in there because this isn't the Adams Sandoval channel. No. So we won't get all into all that. But I mean, there's a lot of, like here, when we talk about the Monkey Man, there's a lot of people here that actually watch the Professional Monkey. And he's different from us.
That's what Mindy says. Don't forget Charlie Dog next year. Can you see him?
Yeah, barely. That's Charlie. He didn't make it on this trip. A lot of you that watched us last year know about Charlie. He doesn't come on a lot of the videos. It's a little tough to get him on the motorcycle. We don't have a sidecar, and I got no room for a sidecar.
I don't know.
He rides on the golf cart a little bit, but never rode on a motorcycle. And so you don't see him too much. If you're staying at one of the campgrounds that we're at, you'll see Charlie come out. Next year, he'll be in Sturgis with us because at Kathmandu, they allow him. And so any of those that are watching, Kathmandu, I think we've got about 6 to 10 people that have booked at Kathmandu next year for the rally. We're there for the full rally. And if you want to be there where we're at, you know, this year we're going to be, you know, next year we're going to do a little different on the rally. We're actually getting there 3 weeks early, and we're going to do all of our riding. So if you're coming out really early to the rally in Sturgis next year, you can start making plans. We're going to be there about 3 weeks before the rally starts. So we'll be 2 weeks in the campground in Rapid City, and then we'll be the 2 weeks at Kathmandu. We're at the full term, we're at Kathmandu. Yep. And he gave us a great deal, special offer. Couldn't have asked, well, it could have been free, but that's okay. Maybe next time. We went back there instead of going to the Buffalo Chip because the Buffalo Chip was just overwhelming. You know, if it gets to a point where somewhere in our time, the rally starts to just seems like we're doing the same stuff all the time, then I'd probably go back to the Buffalo Chip and we would never leave the property. We would just stay there and film everything that goes on. But see, the problem there is we couldn't really do a lot of lives from there because with all the people there and the internet, it just sucked once the crowd got there. So that's what kind of makes it neat here. We got great internet. That's why I said it's so nice to be able to do a live from these events because this also gets us a lot of views too. And I don't have to spend quite as much. I mean, I got a bunch of videos in the works right now that we're trying to get up that I got the one that we're just going to talk about my motorcycle, what happened to that video, but that'll be a short video. It'll probably only be less than 5 minutes, probably. I don't think it'll be real long. And the next one is, then we got one that's going to be about America. It's all about Washington, Missouri. They had a special cruise going on while we were there that we caught up at the last minute. If you're a Patreon person, you've seen that video. And so that was pretty neat. It's not the most exciting thing, but I mean, it was
really cool to be there, to be a part of it.
And to see that and see all those people involved in this watch it. We'll leave it at that.
So they want to know, George wanted to know when we're going to be in Myrtle Beach. We're going to leave here the 26th. I think we're going to try to be out there. We're going to get out there in 2 days. We're going to stop halfway in Biloxi. No, so it'll be the 26th through.
Well, we got that whole day to drive, so the last day. So we're going to show up on
27th, I think. We'll be there from the 27th to the 3rd. And then we're going to head down to Port Charlotte after that. So that's when we're going to be there, September 27th, 28th until October 3rd.
So we'll be there for that whole week of the rally. And we don't have a whole lot of stuff planned down there either. These last rallies that we're doing, Myrtle Beach, Panama City, Daytona, those are all rallies we really didn't have on the books. The reason was, one is Las Vegas canceled theirs, so that stopped us from going home. Sturgis, we did so well in. Big difference from now. Luckily, we're staying for $10 a night where we're at. If not, I wouldn't be able to afford it. And but it's we just don't have a lot of people watching the videos. That's the problem. When you're only getting a handful of people looking at stuff, it's I'm not complaining, but it just doesn't justify coming to these rallies. Just like I say, that's why next year we're not going to be here or probably Bikes and Blues. We'll see what kind of views we have. If we get enough views during Bikes and Blues, we'll come back. But right now, it doesn't
That's
look
what
like.
Phil said. He said that's the one bad thing about Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue, that they keep saying it's postponed.
Yeah, I know.
And so everybody just thinks, oh, don't need to go. Well, if you build it, they will come, and a lot of people still go no matter what.
Well, I know there's a lot of local
Eureka
people
Springs.
that's going to go. And but that's why that guy from Cat House, that Jeff, is really trying to put a thing. And like I say, he's been putting some stuff on our Facebook page, and I'm letting it go just because of that reason. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to let everybody know, hey, we're here. We're going to be open. The dealership's going to have a bunch of vendors there. Almost all the vendors we know are going to be down at the Harley dealer. And I don't know if there's going to be any other vendors anywhere else. Amsoil's not coming out. Amsoil Adam's not coming out. Him and the lady that was renting their lot, that I guess he was in charge of renting that lot out. I don't know what other vendors were there. They decided mutually not to go forward with it because he's in Ocean City. He's right there. He's done pulled in Ocean City probably today.
Yeah.
He probably pulled in there to get ready, set up for Ocean City. Well, then he would have to turn around Sunday night and do the same thing. Pack up Sunday night, get on the road Monday morning, and get back down to Bikes and Blues by Wednesday, so he can get set up and get going again. Well, he's afraid, which is kind of what I would be afraid if I owned a business or I was a vendor. Going to Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue, it's going to be a toss up. If you're going to have enough business there to justify, and that's what he said. It cost him, a lot of money to drive that big rig across the country. Well, it's kind of
the gas.
Yeah. So it's kind of the same thing
alone.
We look at when we travel. A lot of guys say, why aren't you coming here? Why aren't you going there? Well, first of all, it costs a lot of money to travel. Gas isn't the cheapest in the world. We're running right now around $3 a gallon. $2.99 is what it seems to be most of the places we're at right now. So it's a little better than what we had going to Sturgis, which was around $3.50 a gallon. So that's a lot better than what it was. But then places that you have to stay, if the weather's not so bad, we can boondock or we can park in a parking lot overnight to get to someplace. But if it's too cold or too hot, I can't. If I'm going to run the generator all night long, it's cheaper just to go ahead and spend some money and get a campground. So those are places that we look at when we're traveling. So a lot of times somebody says, hey, can't you just come up to Michigan this weekend? Next weekend, we got a 3-day event. Well, hard. I can't justify spending that much money to go to a 3-day event.
Maybe one day when we're big YouTubers, that's what he said, we can just fly every place.
And that's what I said. That's what I said. Someday we get to 150, 200,000, maybe even more subscribers if we ever get to that. I don't know if we will or not. That, maybe I could buy a few bikes.
Keep on chugging.
I'll put a bike down in Florida, put one up in New York, put one out in, Texas someplace, store it, and then we just fly in and get up on the bike and we take off and do all of our videos and all that kind of stuff, and that'd be great. But at this point, we can't afford that. And so
probably wouldn't let us on a plane anyway.
Maybe not
right now.
And so we'll see how that all goes, and time will tell. But that's kind of
excited about it.
What we're looking at now is we're gonna look at a lot of rallies. We're looking at maybe doing Laconia next year, but we got to plan that out because that's in June. We got to make sure that there's something for us to do to get to that point. So if we pull out of Panama City, is that the last one? Or is Myrtle Beach?
No, Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach. So that's like in March.
No, it's May.
Is it May?
But it's first weekend in May.
So now here we go, a whole month. We've got to figure out some place to do and go. So if there's no place for us to stay on our membership that we can stay for free, then what we have to end up doing is paying for all that.
Where is the Switchback Bar? What city? We're talking about so many different places. 2024. I wouldn't want that job, that's for sure. Oh, there's Dallas. Where were you at the other night? We were talking about you. Were your ears burning?
They were afraid that Goat Spank had gone down the tubes.
We thought you were in the pokey, the Goat Spank pokey, they said. That's what
the sheriff came got you. So
don't forget to give us thumbs up.
And so, there's a lot of things to think about by doing a channel. I have a lot of fun doing this, and we like doing it. We're looking at different options on how to do it differently. We've even thought about downsizing, getting maybe a conversion van or a Sprinter van and put a trailer behind us and just tow the motorcycle on that. With her injuries and her ailments, we can't ride a bike all across the United States. It just wouldn't happen.
Not like we used
Well,
to.
we could, but we'd ride about 100, 200 miles a day, and then she'd say, "Okay, I got to stop for tonight." Well, then you're paying motel bills. So when you start looking
Now
at
we're
this
in the
stuff,
van. Stop in the
yeah,
van.
if you had a van, you could do it. I mean, no, if we were riding a bike everywhere,
Oh yeah.
we would have to pay for a motel every single night.
And I don't know where all that equipment. You'd have to have a trailer behind the
Yeah.
bike just
So
to
it's
put all
like
the
us.
equipment
We're
in it.
planning on going down to Rocky Point. Now we have one of our subscribers that we want to thank greatly that up in Phoenix. We couldn't find anybody down in Mesa, but we did find somebody in Phoenix that said they would work store our stuff for us, and we're gonna ride the bike.
Here you
So
go.
right
Everybody
now,
needs to read that comment.
and see what we're going to take the bike down there. So we're going to ride about 202 miles down to Rocky Point, go across the Mexican border. It's only about 70 miles once you hit the border to get down to where her cousin lives, which is supposed to be not too far from Rocky Point. And so we'll have a safe place to stay. She's got internet. We're going to take one laptop. I'll take a couple cameras with us, and that's it. I'm leaving everything else. We're going to have everything else locked up and stored somewhere. And I'm even thinking about having some of the equipment put someplace else, just in case somebody would have to break into the trailer.
So George, we're going to be staying at the state park, so we're right across the street almost from the Harley Davidson dealership. Can't see me talking, and
You got
so
too big a comment.
that's
Switch
George.
to the other one.
So anyway, after that, we'll probably be at Merle's Inlet more than Barefoot Landing.
Yeah. Well, see, what ended up being last year, Barefoot Landing, it sucked. And that's where all the big vendors are at. And I felt so sorry for them. I don't know. Myrtle Beach, and Liz, there was a couple I talked to today, said they don't go to Myrtle Beach anymore. And what's bad about Myrtle Beach is it's stretched out. If you're going all the way to North Carolina to the Harley dealer and you go all the way down to Merle's Inlet, you're looking at 60 something miles each way. That's nuts. It's just everything's too stretched out there. And but it's like us. If we're down by the dealership, it's not so bad. We're a lot closer to Merle's Inlet. So we're probably gonna, we'll make, like I said, one day we'll take a trip up to the what's the other place called?
Up north,
No,
Barefoot Landing.
Barefoot Landing. We probably won't even go north. We won't even go to the dealer. But we'll go down here to
Don't tell
Barefoot
Cal
Landing.
that.
We'll go to Barefoot Landing, check that out, and film that for that day. And then the rest of the time, we're probably going to hang. Well, we'll probably go to Spokes, Spokes, and whatever.
Bones and spokes.
Yeah. And probably go there and hang out a day or so. And then the rest of it will be down at Merle's Inlet, the Beaver Bar and SBB. And that's probably because it is shorter. It's not as long as it is during the spring rally.
Yeah, I think it's only that weekend.
3 or 4 days. And that's the difference between a lot of these rallies is everything's a lot closer. And so that's kind of what we got planned for a lot of the events this year. We're going to try to slow down the rest of the year and try to concentrate, like we go to Sturgis. We went to the Harley dealer, I don't know how many times, a dozen times probably filming stuff. Well, we're going to try to stop that. We're going to pretty much give one day, and if we don't catch the people, that's their loss. And because and we've just got schedules that you got to keep and try to do things, and we did get a few things. Cyril, we was able to do. She set us up a table. We could do a live from there, and I filmed a little bit from on the shocks, and people want to know how's my shocks. I'm pretty happy with them. Still a lot of money.
I can see that.
A lot of money for Legend shocks front and back. That's a lot of money to spend, but pretty good. I know a lot of you bought Legend shocks too on our recommendation. What do you guys think? We need some more of you guys to come out and tell us what you thought. If you don't want to get on the chats, email us. Tell us what you thought, or find a way to get a hold of us. And I'd be interested too, because I think quite a few people bought Legends. Is it Shane or Sean? Shane that owns the company was just so thankful for what we do. And I would have never dreamed that we have
people would have
that would have listened to what we say. I guess what it is a lot of people do what we do. If you're new to our channel, we kind of tell you like it is. If you ain't figured that out, you're not listening to us. If something sucks, a dealer sucks, I tell you. And we're going to do a lot more of that on Patreon. We're going to actually give you a list of dealers to stay away from, Harley dealers. Other people that we've dealt with, we're going to tell you on Patreon, people that have been receptive to us and people that are not. We've had a few people that we've gone and talked to about doing a shout out, and they're like, "Oh, I got way too much business. I don't need your work. Oh, I don't need that." And it's like, well, screw you, dude. Then we won't be back. Well, we're going to tell you who these people are. but you have to only be on Patreon. We don't want to badmouth people here in public. Other than their food sucks, I'll tell you their food sucks. But
Not yet. We're in Lake of the Ozarks right now, Dallas.
so the Bike Fest for that actually starts tomorrow. Lake of the Ozarks here. The dealership starts their kabang starts tomorrow at 2 p.m. Why they pick 2 p.m. I don't know, but I don't know.
I think because there's still a few dealers there's vendors that are coming in the morning. So I guess they want to give them a chance to set up because the dealership opens, I think, at 8. That's why I said
Yeah, they got extra hours. They got extra hours. Well, I don't plan on being there when they open. Well,
I know, but I mean, today I thought you wanted to get up early and go and get all that done.
Yeah. So had to buy parts to fix my bike, and which will be coming up real soon. Probably, maybe I don't know if I'll get it done tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. I'll see how the weather looks tomorrow. And see what all that.
We're not in Arkansas. We're at Lake of the Ozarks right now.
Yep, Arkansas is not till next week on Wednesday. We pull into Eureka Springs sometime around 2 p.m. Wednesday. So we're not going to be doing any pre-riding or anything there. I don't know even if we're going to do any riding or not, other than the loop around to see what's going on. You know, we're going to go to, we'll already be in Eureka Springs. So we'll see what's going on there. We'll go do Rogers. We'll take probably a loop
big
around.
Trails. Well, we have to ride the big trail. That's the big ride down there.
Yeah.
So is Carlos coming to Lake of the Ozarks or Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue? Where Skin says to say hi to Carlos. It's one of her clients. Or his clients. I don't know if it's her or him. I'm assuming her.
So I don't know what kind of vendors are going to be here. Same thing with Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. I don't know what vendors are going to be there. We know Larry from Bug Slide's going to be there. We also know that Cal from Chubby Cubs is coming there. I don't remember if Ferry and Exchange and them were coming to that. But pretty much everybody
Bikes,
we
Blues,
know
and Barbecue, they were.
Is coming to the dealership. So anybody that's not coming to the dealership, I'm not sure if anybody else will be coming.
Because I think all the people that were going to the bookstore, because there was a lot of people told me they were going to the bookstore too, and they're not going. Well, they're not going to have anything, so they don't have any place to vend at.
So I don't know. We'll tell you a lot more when we get down there. I don't think even some of the people down there know what's going on. All we know for sure is it looks like Eureka Springs is a full go, and it also looks like Rogers, Arkansas, where the dealership is at, is a full blown there. That's really where all the vendors are going to be, is there. I don't know if there's any vendors that's going to be down in Eureka Springs.
I think Jeff said there was going to be a few. They might just be small little.
Could be. I don't know.
He had if you look on our Facebook page, we posted the video they did the other night. It's Riding the Ozarks. He did an interview with Jeff from the Cat House. And which they
put it on our Facebook page, which is all right. We actually watched the video.
Yeah. But I think he had said that they're going to have a few vendors there in town, like right there on the main drag. So
we'll see what happens. I don't know what to expect. Like I say, that's one of the things with a lot of these little towns that have events and stuff. That seems to be the problem, is too much politics is getting involved with this stuff. And all these people say how much money they make on all this, and it brings in. And that's why I said these businesses need to step up and tell everybody, dude, we want the motorcycle people coming here. We want their money. And which it is. We've seen that everywhere we go. Daytona, Myrtle Beach, Sturgis, all these big rallies say the money that comes in from the biker community is the best that they can have of everything. Because what's really, just like here, we're at Lake of the Ozarks. You know what most of the people do that come here? They go on the lake and they ride around their boats all day long. You know, they do have, this is really a great lake if you ever want to come to a lake and party, because they have all these bars that are on the lake. And you could never even hit all these bars if you spent a month down here. And so that's kind of a nice thing they have here, but the people don't really get into town and spend money. See, bikers, we come up, hey, we're on our bikes. So we have to stop at these bars and these restaurants and stuff. And, you know, you might have somebody with you. You need to pick up some stuff at the Walmart store or Target or whatever that's here. Home Depot. We had to go to Home Depot today and pick something up. So it's like we're bringing money to the community that a lot of other events don't bring. So, you know, that's the difference. And a lot of these small towns.
Harley demo truck's going to be in Eureka Springs, plus a full line of vendors. So I guess we're going to have a lot of stuff in the Eureka Springs.
Which would be great. And I hope it does. I hope there's a lot of really good stuff there. Is that Jeff is saying that, or?
No. Oh, yeah, I guess it is, Jeff.
Okay.
So, Jeff, are you the one from the cat house. His
And,
name's Jeff too, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same Jeff or not.
I don't know. But so we're hoping that a lot of the stuff will. And we didn't get a chance to call him and talk to him today. She didn't get any of her phone calls done today. And so we kind of ran around a lot more than we did anything else.
No Monkey said something. I don't know what's
No, that was probably, he's got a video probably
Oh.
coming up. That's not on our channel.
Yes. So yeah, that's Jeff. Okay. I need to call you. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting.
Yep.
But I guess he's the one that says that Adam's coming in on the 24th.
Yeah. Which it
We
is.
could do the 24th too.
And it's I don't know. It's Friday night. We'll see how it all goes. We're probably going to stop in there several times. I just don't know. Is there in your restaurant?
Hi, Mindy baby.
Is there a good place for us to do a live from? That's not too loud, because what we have to watch about, what we're more concerned probably than a lot of other YouTubers, is copyright. And even though you have a band playing, a lot of bands will use backtracks, and we've been gigged for that one. And so we wasted all of our time.
And we don't know, because there's music playing up here.
Yeah, but I don't think it's coming in enough. Does anybody hear any music going on? But when I kind of did the voice, we have a little meter that comes up when it first come on, and there wasn't any music came up. You couldn't hear it.
Well, it was barely.
So as long as we're usually talking, you can't hear it. But a lot of times, it's like he's going to have bands there. And a lot of times the bands will you can't normally chat and talk to people when the band's playing. You got to wait for in between songs, or they take a break, or whatever they're doing. And so that's kind of the thing that we need to have if we come to your location to do a shoot. A live spring from there, we either need to be outside, away from
the traffic. Well, I mean, you can't really see it. We did it at Iron Horse, and it worked fine.
Yeah, but Iron Horse, we weren't right up against the stage, so it just kind of depends on the bar. It depends on we turn the microphone.
They have the biggest spot in Eureka Springs.
Well, I'm just saying, is there a good place for us to sit and do a live from? That's the point that we'd have to find.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need a big.
It's like today. We went into 2 bars right here in Lake of the Ozarks, which they had 2-story, and I thought, that'd be great. We could set up 2 cameras. I could shoot one down on Main Street, and then we have the other one at us to where we could go back and forth, or we could put them both up. Split screen. And we thought we would do that, and that would be really neat. So where, if you guys don't get tired looking at us, you could watch the action going on.
I can't hear any music.
Okay, that's great. That's what we want. No music. Unless I put it on there.
Because YouTube dings you for everything. You can't say certain words. You can't hear any music. You
awful.
can't.
And there is no other kind.
My house on the golf course 5 minutes away. He said.
But we want to see the bikes. See, people want to see the bikes and the action, because like here,
the girls.
Yeah, and it's not real exciting sitting here watching us talk. The guy's not even hitting any golf ball. He's way over there.
Really?
Here's a guy playing golf.
Can you see him?
No.
Yeah. There he is. Here he goes. Here he goes. This first one he's gonna hit. 1, 2, 3. Hit the ball. Hit the ball. Hit the ball. Oh well. He's looking. But that's what's right next door in this.
You don't want to go golfing with that guy. He takes way too long to hit the damn ball.
If you come to this bar. Look at Willie's. That's what's on the other side of the bar. Because you can go over there and putt around.
Yeah.
Or drive the ball.
Yeah. You ever actually playing golf? I don't know if does he have an actual ball he's hitting?
I don't know.
Or is he computer doing it?
Yeah, just like you can get a scholarship for playing computer games and go to college.
Where's this world coming to?
It's horrible.
You can be a gamer and get a degree in it and get your college paid for. So you can sit around and play games with other guys or girls.
The Basin Hole is that in Branson, Lake of the Ozarks, or Eureka Springs. They said that's a nice place to do a live. Jeff, your new bar would work. Does he have a new bar in his house? Oh, there he hit it. I heard something.
4?
There it goes.
Must really get to swing the ball. Hit the ball. Hit the ball on the screen.
We heard it hit the screen.
Yeah. So, hey, it is what it is. But if you're a golfer, I used to golf. I don't golf anymore. A little hard to put the golf clubs on the motorcycle. And so, let's get that back some more.
You too close?
Yep. So, that's where we're at. So, we've told you all that kind of stuff. Is there anything that you missed? I guess you would know if you missed it.
Because you weren't here.
So, we talked about where we're at. We're at Lake of the Ozarks. We're ready for BikeFest. It starts tomorrow. We're going to start showing you that information. We got Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue going to be coming up the following week. We're going to be in starting this Sunday till Wednesday morning. We're going to be in Branson, Missouri. So
No, Sunday. We're leaving Sunday.
yeah, Sunday.
Oh, I thought you said Wednesday.
No, we're leaving on Wednesday to leave there.
We're leaving
Wednesday.
Branson to go to Eureka
That's
Springs.
right, on
All
Wednesday.
right. That's right.
To Eureka Springs, and we won't show up in Eureka Springs till after 2 p.m. That's why we've got a late checkout on Wednesday, because it's only going to take like an hour to get down there.
Carla Girl says she missed everything.
Holy Jennifer Jupiters. What are we going to do? Ding. We're talking about Lake of the Ozarks. We're here. That's where we're at. Tomorrow, the rally starts at the Harley dealer. We're going to be down there. Maybe do a live, maybe not. We'll see how long we're going to stay there. That's going to happen. It starts at 2 o'clock. How many of you guys sitting around at home at 2 o'clock? Or Central Time? Or unless you want to watch the Pating Boss series that tells you to boss the Pating off, and you're going to be watching us do it live. So that could happen if we got enough people. We're
going to be supporting a whole lot of people here soon.
Hey, right now, they should be paying you double money because half the people don't want to work anyway.
That's right.
So
that's what we were talking about the other day. They're advertising or offering new people these sign-on bonuses for $25,000 or $2,500 or $5,000. It's like, what about the poor people that have been working there all this time, working their butts off, short-staffed, and what are they going to get? You know,
kicking the butt.
I don't know.
She quit and go back and hire
there
on
you go.
tomorrow.
Say, hey,
I want that $5,000 bonus. But we just seen this trucking company out here in a hillbilly town that was paying $5,000 for truckers.
There's Nicole. We have to order some more keychains. I can't find that keychain anywhere. I'm sorry, Nicole. I know I had an extra one. I have no idea where I put
Probably
it.
Lost.
I don't know. Anyway, sorry. But as soon as I get more, I will send you one. So anyway, so after we leave here, we're going to be here.
But we're here till Sunday. Well, actually, just say Saturday. Saturday night, we're done. Sunday morning, we're getting up really early because we can check into Branson as early as 8 a.m. We won't be there at 8 a.m.
It's a 2-hour drive.
Because we're going to stop at Pro Bass down in Springfield, Missouri, which is the original Pro Bass, where
the one and only
George Bush Sr. actually used to fly in there for this helicopter or whatever they flew into
and buy all his stuff.
His fishing gear he bought down there. And we used to live not too far from there. Actually, we watched the video about, well, it hasn't come up yet. We have a special video coming up that's about Washington, Missouri, and that's where we lived for a while. So we've lived all around the country.
All right, Paul. Where are we going to meet you at?
So we're going to be here till Saturday night. Go to Branson Sunday morning. Be there till Wednesday. Around sometime after 2 p.m., we will be showing up on Wednesday down in Eureka Springs. Not tomorrow, a week from tomorrow. We'll be showing up in Eureka Springs, so you can't check into the KOA till after 2 p.m. Nice people, huh? So we didn't call for early check-in. We got plenty of time. We can stay where we're at. We don't have to leave so early, so we'll have an easy time leaving. Maybe get a video done before I leave, and that'll be all right. So then we get down to Eureka Springs. Hopefully they got good internet down there in Eureka Springs. Does your cell phone? So who's down there in Eureka Springs? Do you get Verizon, AT&T, Sprint? How is the service down there for phone service?
Because right now, this is really good. We figure Branson's probably going to be good because it's a touristy area. Well, I don't know. Orlando sucked, and it's a tourist area.
See, I think you're here in Missouri, and I think it's a little different here. Well, see, the problem is they probably got such great service in these places because we're in low time, just like going to Branson next week. Most people are leaving on Sunday.
And we're getting there.
Yeah, we're coming in on Sunday. And by the time we leave, people are thinking about coming down for the weekend. So, what?
He says, Chief says he can't go to Bass Pro Shop without sending $100. It's kind of like going to Sam's or Costco.
We don't really buy a lot of Bass Pro.
AT&T, they say, is the best one down
Okay,
there.
so we have a hotspot.
That's what Jeff says.
Okay, so we have a hotspot that we can take along with us as AT&T, so that's not an issue. We can handle it if we got, but what we've got to look at is we have to have good upload. So when you check your phone all the time, it's download that you get on your phone. Like here, we're using upload. Upload here is like 15, and that's great to have that going up. That's good coverage. Anything over 5 is really good enough to do. But see, when you start getting a bunch of people, and especially like at the bar, people start getting in there and they're on their phones and they're doing this and that, and all that starts eating up the data and trying to spread that out among everybody else. It kind of sucks.
We have a AT&T hotspot, and Chief down in Branson says Verizon's the best.
Yeah, so we have both. So like right now, T-Mobile is killer here, and which is really weird because in Missouri they actually tell you AT&T is good, which it is. We've got AT&T that's in the trailer in the hotspot, and it's running everything there and no problem whatsoever. So actually here, all three of our devices is working perfect here. Couldn't ask for anything better. This would be a great place to live. It wasn't so freaking hot, and
He
you had to
gets
deal
mad
with
at his
snow.
sister's house. He's like, I don't know how you people live out here with no internet.
Yeah, when your internet's less than 1, up and down, and that up is like double zero. It's like zeros. It's like, how do you live here? I would have moved just because of that.
But where they live is beautiful. They have like 5 acres and a little pond.
You can't live in the country forever.
I don't know.
So,
93 people out there. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. So,
yeah. So we're talking about all the rallies that are coming up next. You know, we're at Lake of the Ozarks. Starts tomorrow, BikeFest. After that, we're heading to Branson. No bike rally going on in Branson. We're just going to do some riding around. We're going to do some videos of rides. So that'll be kind of neat. I haven't done a whole lot. I did one the other day. The one we rode around Missouri. Some of the people like that. Didn't get a lot of views, but a lot of people like that view. So we're going to do some more rides down there. Put some more of those extra, maybe some more detail on our Patreon page for those rides. Some of the people said they'd like to see more rides on Patreon. So that's kind of set up. It's tough on Patreon during the rallies here to give out extra videos. We've been giving you the preview videos that give you the heads up of you get to see it maybe a couple hours, or most of the time at least 12 hours before everybody else gets to see it. So that's what they're getting on the Patreon. Tam's been putting her pictures up on Patreon of some of the things going on. We'll be having some more bike pictures and stuff coming up here, probably starting tomorrow. It looks like it'd be a pretty good rally here. I don't know if we'll hit the 100,000 that they normally had. Like last year, they said they had about 125,000 bikes and about 150,000 people here.
I don't know. So our email is bob and tams, TAMS @yahoo.com. Bob and tams @yahoo.com. I didn't make my little flashcards up.
Yeah, I'm sure do that for tomorrow. Keep it go live.
And then you need to take me to a store and buy some 3x5 cards.
So we'll see how that all goes. So we'll see. So that's where the plans are. So after that, we'll be down at Bikes and Blues. We'll actually get there a week from now, Wednesday. We'll be pulling into Eureka Springs, and we'll be there. Our whole base camp is in Eureka Springs all during that rally. So we get there on Wednesday. We're there till Saturday night. Sunday morning, we're heading right out, and we'll be heading all the way over to Myrtle Beach.
Hopefully in 2 days.
So that's the goal. Actually, get 2.5 days because you got the day of showing up. So it's about 1,000 miles, 1,100 miles. So we'll have to push it. Hopefully the weather won't be too bad, too rainy, that we can get over there in 2 days. It's tough for us to get that far with her ailments. She gets achy and stuff and stopping.
Sitting here.
Gas is doing really good. I got that 55-gallon tank, and that's great. We can actually can almost drive all day. Well, 500 miles I can't get, but I can get over 400 miles on the tank now. So, which is really nice for, especially these short trips. I got gas here. Gas wasn't too bad. We found one station here for diesel is only $2.80. And it's a local gas.
It was $2.79.
It's a locally grocery. Yeah, it's a local grocery store that's owned by the employees. So we have to go in there and look at the grocery store.
Yep. I don't know. They're laughing. I don't know what we did.
I don't know. Who knows? But so that's kind of what's going on. So where we're at.
1 hour, 15 minutes.
Yeah, we're probably going to end it up here pretty quick. I don't want to go too long. So if we're going to start doing videos, seems like our videos, when we only do 30 minutes, you guys do a lot better watching them than you watch these long ones. So maybe we'll start cutting these down and do 30-minute videos. And, yeah.
You can't talk only 30 minutes.
Well, we did. We've done 2. It's been around 30 minutes. It was 2 videos that we done. So let us know.
Okay. I heard that was a nice place to stay. We have some friends that live in Eureka Springs, and that was one of the places she told us to go, Beaver Lake. That was Paul Jones.
So the idea is we're going to check these out, see what's going on.
Somebody asked you that. I forgot to say. Right. They wanted to know which was better, last year's rally or this year's rally at Sturgis. This year's rally at Sturgis was just overwhelming for us because we were the Buffalo.
What made it this year nicer was the big vendors came back. Harley Davidson was there. A lot of they weren't so afraid of the virus and all that. And so where last year it was the big, nobody could come. It was more, a lot of people said it was more like the old school rally where they used to have it, where it was more local vendors came, small town, independent owners and things like that, not so much corporate stuff. And a lot of people said they liked that.
And they did a lot more business. They said it was like the old days in Sturgis.
Well,
Where
I
they did
think
a lot more business.
I think what happened was because everybody was locked up for that year, they came out. And I see rallies are starting to slow down now. Sturgis didn't do as good this year as they did last year. So, but I mean,
even though more people were there.
so, but I think what ended up happening was some of the dealers didn't should have came the week before and been there for the whole 2.5 weeks because it was so busy that first week. And see, a lot of vendors like Speeds, for instance, they didn't get there till then. There's a lot of the vendors didn't show up. Harley wasn't set up until, opening day, Friday. They were there ready up and going. And I think if they would have all came that week before, been there that Monday, they would have done a lot more business. But a lot of them did over at Rapid City Harley. They were really happy with the video. But for us,
Thanks, Mike.
if I like this year or last year better, I don't know.
He wasn't as stressed the year before as he was this year.
Well, see, last year we had no idea what we were doing. We just kind of started our YouTube channel, and so we didn't have any expectations. And I think next year is going to be just. I don't know if it'd be as big as this year was. A lot of people say it wasn't that big. It was. If you would have counted the first week, which nobody counts, count doesn't start till Friday of the rally, and it's over on Saturday. They did not count the week before. If you put those two together, I say we had over 1 million people there, easily. But they don't count that, and there's no way of knowing that. Actually, when the people look at rallies, there's no way of anybody knowing how many people come to a rally because you're counting tourists, you're counting people that work there, you're counting all the cars, you're counting trash, whatever you're doing. There's no way. I told them, what you guys probably wouldn't want this. I said what the city should do is have everybody scan their driver's license when they get alcohol. That way you would have all the information about people and you would know where people are coming from. But of course, government, if you're using this, they already know where you're at anyway. So, I don't care if they scan my driver's license to check my age. But I mean, if they put that in a database, they could then see a little bit more accurate. But there's also people that we talk to that never come to Sturgis. They go out, they stay, like one person told us they spent the whole time out in Deadwood. They did all the rides, but every night they stayed in Deadwood. They never even came into Sturgis. So there's a lot of people like that. There really isn't a whole lot of nothing going on in Sturgis. Main Street is just a bunch of shops. Most of them are selling T-shirts and stuff.
A lot of tattoos.
Yeah. And so it's not a lot of, unless you're looking like you want to go to one sexy biker, you want to buy some clothes from her. Okay. If you want to go over there and eat at Uncle Louie's. Okay. If you want to go down to Loud American or you want to go to One Eye Jackson Drink. Okay. What else is down there that's bringing you downtown? The Knuckle. What else is bringing you downtown?
Well, it's like Daytona. People want to just go down to Main Street. It's Main Street, Sturgis, Main Street.
But see, Daytona's a little different because it's a shorter area and there's a lot more bars there. So it's a lot more bikes driving up and down. Well, see,
That's
Sturgis.
What Jeff wants to know. Does vendors make a rally?
Vendors is part of the rally. So see what I say.
What we look at.
There's 3 things that I say that are important with a rally. Okay. First of all, we'll start off. One is vendors. Okay. You've got to have good vendors at a location like ours in Laughlin. It died because all they had was a bunch of people selling junk, bracelets and magnetic bracelets and this and that and selling mattresses.
Those massage guns.
I'm not saying nothing wrong because we got our friend sells massage guns.
I know, but
you get too many
really
of that stuff. Do we need
related?
5 people selling massage guns? And it's even like here in Sturgis or in Myrtle Beach was that way. There was like 4 people selling the same basic gun.
Or mattresses.
Yeah.
And
Who needs they're not even selling RV mattresses.
Recliners, the massaging recliners.
And so all this stuff, and that's what's it got to do with bikes? Nothing. You're bringing in people that want to come to a flea market is what you're getting. You're getting tourists. They're trying to expand, but they want to fill up all their vendor spots. So that's the first thing. You got to have good vendors. Second thing that helps with a rally is having some place to ride, having some good rides. Even in Daytona, it sucks down there. They have lousy things. But I mean, they could get together and have some good rides. Set up some rides, have some poker runs even. Have some stuff to where, hey, we're having a poker run this weekend. We're going down to St. Augustine's. We're going here and there. You got a bunch of places to stop, pick up your car. You got something else to do other than just drink. So
no, people watching is what George says.
So my very last thing is
the
people that you meet, new people you meet, and the old people that you meet. It's great to see friends. We've in Sturgis, we've got a few friends that we've met in Sturgis, and we only see them in Sturgis. And that's kind of neat. It had nothing to do with YouTube. It's before YouTube ever had. When we went the first few times, we met a girl and a couple other people that we met down there, and we only see them in Sturgis. And that's kind of neat, especially when I talk to people at the Buffalo Chip for 40 years. Some of these guys, like for 20 years, those guys that I filmed at camping, they only met there, and they only see each other once a year. And that's priceless to have that camaraderie with people. And I think that's what makes a rally. I think that's the best thing. The concerts, playing games, and all this other crap that they do at a rally is all fringe that goes along with it. It's like Sturgis. Everybody was whining and crying when their bands were canceling because of the virus last year. Oh, I'm not going. I'm not going because they got no bands. Wait. Keep your ass at home and go watch your bands at home. Go to Las Vegas. Go fly into LA if you want to go watch some concerts and stuff. Dude, don't bother us at a rally. It's not about that.
So it's riding people and getting stuff for your bike.
Yeah, that's what we consider the three important things about a rally. And some people like somebody else was saying the other day, I don't know if it's at this rally or at BBB, oh, they're not playing biker games. Dude, that's more of a carnival thing, or that's more of a thing of, it's like a dealership. They're just having like a picnic and they're doing some fun stuff, or a small town that's getting a bunch of bikers together and having something together, a couple hundred event. You can't bring in 10,000 people and play Bite the Weenie, or Roll the Barrel, or See How Many Slow. You can't get that many people to participate. So that's more of, like, we had one in Irvine. We talked about it the other night when we were on. Irvine Lake had one, and somebody said what it was called the other night. We went there once, and it wasn't for us. Same thing. They had a couple vendors there, 2 or 3 vendors there. They were selling beer, hot dogs, and all that kind of stuff. And they had all the biker games. And we didn't even hang around for the biker games. Me and our buddy Art, that's on here, which Art's not on the night, he's probably working. And he hasn't retired yet. And so that's what we look at as a rally. So when I come to something like this, that's what, see, for us, we're trying to find stuff for you to keep you guys entertained. So
show you what's going on.
Yeah. So if
we're looking at the vendors, we're looking at the rides, and we're looking at places to go and people to meet, different bars and stuff.
And we're going to try to get back to that too, trying to get some more interviews with people, where they're from, where they're riding, things like that. I think that was some of the original stuff we did when we first started our channel last year, and we kind of got away from it this year. And so we want to kind of get back down to where we started at, what made us who we are. And we're still going to do our vendors. And because, see, when we come to an event like this, our main vendors are gone. There's nobody here. We know from Bug Slide, what's her name? Bug Slide.
Oh, Dixie.
Dixie's going to be here. That's it. Other than that, I don't think there's going to be anybody else here. Oh, well, we know Mexi Philly.
Yeah, she's here.
We know her, but I mean, we don't really.
Maria's Bandanas.
She's not one of our vendors really on our channel, because we stick with stuff that is more motorcycle related too. And we have an exception, one sexy biker, that's a little different with her, but I mean, she sells that kind of clothes. And so that, I don't know how we ever got really tied in with her, but we like to deal with her. She's fun. She's exciting, and it's a really nice shop, and a lot of people like her. And so
that's what Paul just said, thanks, because I guess he bought some spider bras to take home to his wife, and she really likes them.
So that was somebody that we recommend. And and what we do is we also look at people that take care of people. And, sometimes it is some of the same vendors. We have shoe shout outs every single time. But what we try to do is let you know those are our dealers. Those are the people that we highly recommend. Those are people that we feel.
And we want to show you where they're at so you can find them.
And we've talked to them. Now, a lot of them we don't do, like fairing exchange. I never bought a fairing from them. Her fairing I bought years ago and paid way too much money from Harley Davidson. Cost me over $1,000 for it installed. And for the things you can get from the fairing exchange, and what's the other guy that sells?
Wide Open
Cycle. To sell the ones that's already got the radio and everything in it. That's just.
Or like your Sportster or
yeah.
Any bike Heritage or any of that stuff.
You can put it on any bike. If you had a Road King, they got Road King fairings and everything else. But I mean, to see that and then to talk to them and see how they stand behind their product. And then when we put them on here, if you guys had a problem with that, we tell all the vendors now, you have to stand behind your product. If we hear that you're not taking care of somebody, we're going to talk to you, just like there was something with the ATC trailer. There's a guy that's been complaining about he had some solar work done. And I tried to reach out to him and said, hey, I know the guy that did the solar work. I will talk to that guy. So this guy spent $13,000 for solar, and he's been complaining about it ever since day one. He had it put on up in South Dakota. Now he's down in Florida, and I think what the guy really wants is his money back. Well, that's not going to happen.
So what was your favorite overall rally?
Sturgis, of course. Sturgis is, no matter what anybody says, is the granddaddy of rallies because it's got all three. It's got, to me, you can say, oh, Arkansas, it's got the great rides, or we go to Tennessee and it's got great rides. Like I'd say, you could go to Sturgis and ride every day, I'd say for 3 months, and never ride the same road twice and never have a bad experience, unless you hit a deer. But other than that, it's just, there is no place. We've ridden a lot of different places, and there's always places that have a great ride, the Tail of the Dragon, and the other road they have over there by the Tail of the Dragon. It's great. Well, then what are you going to do tomorrow? So when you start looking at all these different rides, you got the Spearfish, you got the Iron Mountain, you got
Monica Road,
the Needles, and you got Von Knocker Road. You got all the, and those are just those. That's not even counting all the other great places. Some people like to ride out the Badlands, and I'm not a Badlands guy. I'm not a Devil's Tower guy. I think those are a waste of rides unless you got nothing better to do and you just want to go out and check it out.
But they are rides.
They are rides. But to me, riding across South Dakota down the 90 is a ride too. But it is what you want to make it. I mean, there's a lot of great places like Utah. In Utah, we want to ride the Arches and all the parks down there. And that'd take us probably a good week to ride all those rides. But then after a week, I'm done. I'm ready to go home. There isn't anything else. You go to Las Vegas, they got the Red Rocks and stuff you can ride through. Well, one afternoon, I'm done. And so some of the stuff you go to, it can't. So that's why I say that. And then the vendors, Sturgis. If there's something you're thinking about for your bike, well, even let's say I don't want to buy nothing for my bike. Oh crap, that guy's selling that. I didn't even know they made something like that for my bike. Oh hell, I'm buying it. It's hard to walk away from Sturgis without buying anything, unless you never buy anything for your bike to start with. If you're somebody that just gets on your bike and you just drive it till the wheels fall off, whatever. We didn't spend a bunch of money. I bought a tire, and I didn't buy anything else.
Your shocks.
Oh, but the shocks. And but we were actually wanted to buy shocks last year, and they all took off on us. On Saturday,
they said they had enough. We went there and they were gone.
So I already kind of thought about shocks before. Well, I could have went to the dealer and got it, but the problem, what I wanted more than anything else, which is why I was wanting to go to Legends, is I wanted it professionally installed and done right. Well, then after we talked to Rick Rack and those guys, we went out a couple times. They kept adjusting the shocks, got it just perfect for us. We could have stayed there all day, and they would have kept adjusting it whatever I wanted, and no complaints. Rick Rack did an excellent job of installing it. No complaints. They let me videotape everything, answer any questions that we had. I was very, very, very pleased with. Never had Rick Rack ever do any work for me.
How are those Legends?
I'm pretty happy with them. I'm not happy with the price. I think they're awful expensive.
He doesn't know the price versus the quality. That's what he's trying to figure out. He likes the shocks.
No, I've never had nitrogen shocks. My last shocks I had on my old bike, not the bike I have now, my 09 that I had Ultra Classic, I had the Progressive just with the springs on it, and they were all right. They weren't special. They definitely.
We never had the front shocks done.
Yeah, I never had front forks redone. I've always sold my bike around 50,000 miles. I always sold my bikes because once the warranty ran up, I was always afraid. I'm not a big motorcycle repair guy. I can do brakes and shocks and stuff. Never did forks, and after watching the guys, I could change front forks. Wouldn't be that bad. I was an auto mechanic for 20 some odd years, worked on cars. So I'm mechanically inclined. I'm just like, when it comes to the motor and stuff, I'm just like, I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable taking stuff apart. Plus the bolts and stuff that's on the heads and stuff, or the way they torque them and stuff, which I'm not saying. I've rebuilt motors too. I've rebuilt them 350 motors and Chevys and different things like that. And I don't know, it just doesn't, I'm not comfortable. And so I've done a lot of other stuff. I can do wiring, like we're going to do a bunch of stuff with Ciro. I don't know when it's going to start because we don't have a place for me to start doing work yet. My garage now, we're here, and it's not going to be till probably start construction till March or April next year. So once that gets going, then that's what we're going to think about doing. Not this year, coming up 2022, probably 2023. We're really going to cut back on the rallies. We're going to be doing a lot more stuff in my garage. I may end up getting and building bikes. I don't know yet. Just for the fact that, one, I can't find anybody to wants to work me a deal on this veterans bike, and I'm afraid I'm going to have to go out and buy one. And I'm not real happy about that because I thought somebody would step up, one of the dealerships or something would work with us, and it doesn't seem like that's happened yet. But we're not back to our hometown dealer, and they may do something, and maybe we'll just give the bike away in Las Vegas next year. or the following year. I don't know. I just thought it'd be great to maybe we'll do it in Daytona. You know, I don't know. The Ross Myers, I don't know. They're a lot of Harley dealers, a lot of people with businesses have
They're there to make money.
That's right. They have no reason to give you something that they don't feel they should. Plus, they don't know who the heck we are. They've met us. They think like that. They don't know if we get a free bike. Maybe I'll just take off with it. You know, she'll just ride it all the time. You know, I don't know. So that's why I'm kind of thinking now, maybe I'm going to look around. Well, actually, I don't know about buying a bike with a salvage title. I don't know how much flack I get from people if I bought one with a salvage title and completely rebuilt it. Now I can take it to some states and get it changed over, but I mean, I would rather let somebody know that it was a salvage title. I mean, you're winning it for free rather than whatever you paid for a ticket. So I don't know. That's a choice. And so I kind of looked around. Like today, there was a few bikes around $4,000 or $5,000, but they were like 2004s and stuff. I don't know how many miles they had on them, but I mean, we could probably start looking around and find something. Craigslist come this winter, I might be able to pick something up. I don't want something too old. I want to be able to get parts for it. You know, like Harley don't sell nothing parts for anything that's over 10 years old. And to be able to go
some of the Zero stuff that they're going to give us to fix up are for 2014 and older.
So I know I'm not going to get a 2014 bike. I already know that. It's not going to happen unless one of you die and leave it in a will to us. Say, hey, we want Bob and Tam to give this away to the veterans. And which, hey, you want to do that, do it. Just let us know so I can expect it coming. And so there's things like that about thinking about maybe buying some bikes, maybe buying some of these salvage bikes and doing some work on it. And let you guys, kind of like the Monkey Man does. I don't know how mechanically inclined he is. I don't really watch his channel a lot. I watch a few of his videos.
He doesn't show you actually putting it on. He just tells you, I'm going to do this.
I'm thinking about I think he put some handlebars on the other day. And he had a video the other day saying, I did something I wish I wouldn't have done, which I don't know if that's ended up being what he wished he didn't do. But thinking about maybe
you can find one, but you just got to make sure they do a good job.
True.
It says it's hard nowadays to find a motor repair tech with these days and times. It's so sad. And I said, yeah. And then if you do find one, you got to make sure that they do a quality job.
And it's tough. And we had a great guy when we lived in Corona, California. We had a great guy there that somebody had recommended.
Ironworks.
And no, it wasn't Ironworks, was it? And he did a great job. He had a guy working for him for years, and then that guy kind of screwed up, and he got rid of him. He was just doing all the work himself. And I haven't talked to the guy in 10 years, probably.
Yeah, Sherry or Art, they both go there too.
Oh, they still go there?
I'm pretty sure.
And so he was a good guy. But I mean, we've got other people just like
there's Rat Pink. I saw him earlier. He's not been saying much
tonight. Just like Speed Performance Plus. You know, we've already talked to which was the one that has the truck. Drives the truck. Which one drives the truck?
I don't know. I wasn't listening.
Speeds.
Oh, the big truck is Jamie. Yeah, okay. The one that travels.
So Jamie's already said he would work on an engine for us. He'd work on a bike.
We'll look at it, make sure it was in good working order.
And he would do, because he said, you want performance parts? You just want it to run right. I said, I want it to run right. I'm not looking to put anything performance-wise. I don't want him to spend a bunch of extra money. But he said he would go through a motor and make sure it was running right, and it'd be like a rebuilt motor, but just wouldn't be performance-wise. And
Rat Pink wants to know if you ever been to SEMA in Vegas. Did you ever go with Michael?
No.
We have a friend that goes every single year. That's probably been for the last 30 years.
Never. I probably could have gone. I just never. I don't know. Oh, we've been to conventions, which you can't say some of the conventions we've been to. We used to be in the DJ business, so we've been to DJ conventions and videography conventions. We've been to that. We've been to some other conventions that you may not want to talk about here. And I see she's already cut that off. Don't talk about that one. And which isn't no good anymore because now it's a totally different story now.
Move on.
Maybe on Patreon we'll talk about it. And we've done a lot of things in our life, and good and bad. And so
2 hours.
Yep. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up now. I gotta go to the bathroom and we need to eat and get back to the trailer.
Give us a thumbs up if you haven't already before you leave, so YouTube knows.
How many people we still have on there?
90. Yep,
Holy
90.
smokes! Can't believe all you people hung around.
Well, it's probably people coming and going. Thanks, Rat Pink, for being on our
the wrench
our
man.
monitor.
He's got the wrench.
And Ken's already off. I guess David wasn't on there too. Did you? Don't we have 3? Who's the other one? I can't think.
You just put somebody on it the other night.
David, but there besides Rat Pink and Ken, there was another one.
We got 3 Padeens. Where's the other? Where's the other 3 losers that usually watch our show? That always give the thumbs down. We usually average 6. Maybe they'll come on later.
Yeah, they'll watch it after the fact.
Yeah, and give us the thumbs down. Oh, I actually didn't do as good with the likes. We had over 200 likes yet. Yesterday one.
Yeah, don't forget, like I said, give us a thumbs up if you're before you leave. Hi guys from Patingen.
Well, once
Harley
we turn
Prep.
it off, it stops, and then they have to come back and do it. Now we're only down to 78 people.
No, because
They're
I
all
said we're
Eddie.
going.
We're all Eddie and Osen. So
right.
we're gonna go ahead and leave you here. We may have it live tomorrow. We'll decide what's going on. We definitely are doing a live on Friday night. Not sure where we're going to do it from. We've got the meet and greet on Saturday, 11 to 1 at the ice hole. So check that out. That's right down at the dam. Google it. It'd be easy to find. Can write up for us. If you want to meet us there. We're going to be at the Harley dealer tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, right here at Lake of the Ozarks for their opening ceremonies and everything going on. So we'll be there checking that out. And that's about it for today. So we'll give you an update maybe tomorrow or definitely on Friday. We got a couple more videos coming out. I'm going to tell you what happened to my motorcycle this weekend. Bad thing happened to it. And then that video come up. Maybe I'll get it done tonight. I need one more video of it. So that'll come up. And at that, we'll leave it at that. You can do your little spiel.
So thanks for coming along today. Hope you enjoyed our video. Thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit. And subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Think about Patreon. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications. And we'll see you on the next video.
And we'll see you the next day or two.
Bye.
Bye.